Three
little.
Oh. Discord?
Discord, yeah. On the second monitor, so that I can run the game on the first monitor.
Ah, there you go.
Oh, and I have a different antivirus, and it's much more reasonable.
Unbelievable.
Hey.
Doesn't just fucking delete it. It says quarantine, and then asks me if I want it deleted or not, and I'm like, no, please don't. And then it's like, oh, okay, and then lets me use it.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it was designed by a sane person.
Almost.
Almost. I really hate the ones that are just like, oh, I just fucking deleted the file, fuck you.
Yeah, you can't even figure out where the file is or like anything. It's just a disaster.
Yeah.
So you'll have to grab the latest stuff from Special Bus.
Yep, already did.
Nice. You imagine somebody trying to play Veek with all the changes we made? Imagine actually attempting to...
It'll just crash as soon as they get
just...
in the lobby.
Yeah. Impressive.
The lobby is like, I can't sync.
Well, it actually reminds me of a story. Necron was in the middle of playing... oh, I should post that. I'm live in the server. Necron was trying to like get people to actually make sure that they downloaded the mod before they run his remastered project. And because that's really hard for some people, he shared a story that involved... He placed extended units in the map, and then they would just crash as soon as they launched if they didn't launch the mod. He only did it for the first, like, 3 missions, though, which I knew was a mistake. Like, you can't just do it for those. Because what's going to happen is people are going to test, and they're going to be like, oh, I could only run the 4th mission without the mod. That's weird. And then play without the mod anyway, and just skip the first couple. Like, you know somebody out there did that. So, it's pretty embarrassing. I mean... In my work, you just don't even get to move around the map because all of the custom tiles are null, so it's not ever playable.
Yeah, I mean, you immediately know that something is severely wrong.
Yeah, so as it should be.
It's just like the map is broken.
Yeah. It's crazy that. I wonder how we got here.
Yeah, I wonder how we broke the map.
It's weird.
And they, of course, report it to you, and they're like, dude, there's something wrong with your maps. They have all these black tiles everywhere. Yeah. I'm sure someone's probably done that.
Oh, yeah, it happened all the time within Consummate. So.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, you have to run the fucking mod.
Maybe run the mod, buddy.
You know what's missing there? All the tiles I added, because you don't have them.
Alright, so now we get to...
So you're a sick boy?
Oh yeah, I should actually run Restream chat as well. This whole time I didn't do that. Now I get to do fucking the slowest captures of all time, because Restream.
Isn't it? What I love is the bullet holes.
This map is Balefels, yes. Oh, now I get to do another set of the slowest captures of all time. Great.
I don't even remember the maps I made.
This is the big jungle.
Yeah, I was like, yesterday we playtested and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this mod?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, this is your mod.
Yeah, you made this map, dude. Didn't you know?
I was like, no, I didn't.
Then he was like, oh, this is a deprecated map. And I was like, no. And then he found out it wasn't. And he's like, oh.
So this is Sacred Ground, so it's not...
It's the 8-player jungle one. No.
Yeah. Sacred Ground.
Oh, I think I remember. That's where we had the unit AI corruption. You had like temples and stuff.
What do you mean? Every Listen, the unit AI corruption is not map specific, homie.
No, but it's where we had the scouts attacking themselves, Panoptises attacking themselves.
Yeah, it was also the map
I've seen
where
that multiple times.
you used empresses to control an entire Protoss space before we revised them, and that broke something as well. Oh.
Is this the one where we're in the center and the other ones, the AI are on the outside?
No, that's a scenario map.
Versus bottom.
Yeah, this is like... There's a giant temple complex in the middle.
Everyone remembers it but the creator.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we'll show Pronogo a map he made, and he'll be like, I made this?
Yeah.
He has a good memory. Too good memory.
I remember things Veek said he was going to do that he forgot, so that's all that you need to know.
I mean, I'm sure that happens all the time.
True. So how do you like our Gigunda patch notes, the size of the fucking sun?
Yeah, I was reading them. It takes a long time.
Yeah, it sure does.
Can't wait till you actually use the fucking scenario systems we've added.
It looks like the AI actually has a bunch of shit that was broken with it fixed, like the refusing to build on different height.
Yeah, we found the function that removes different height tiles, and we hooked it and just made it return 0, so that it would never do anything. That was great.
Just nullifying.
Yeah, just
functions.
don't ever use this actually, because it's stupid. So they will actually build on multiple height levels now, which is nice.
Just return.
Yeah.
You see all this stuff? Just return.
I guess we should probably remove the tiles that aren't linked by ground or something, maybe. But
they already do that by it's like remove inaccessible tiles or whatever. So if they don't have a transport, then they can't access it.
That,
yeah. I don't know why Blizzard decided to make it so that AI by default can't build on multiple height levels. I just know that they did, and we fixed it.
Hello, no life, Brian.
Yeah, dude, that's fun. Or fun. What is it?
Oh, fun, yeah.
Funny? Valley of Fun?
No, Aurora Last Order is no longer procs on undetected units. I can't use them to counter Dark Templar anymore. Just fucking blow up my own units to kill the Dark Templar.
Yeah. All right. Well, the big changes are the economic stuff. Really. Well, I guess there's just so many, right?
There's just a ton of changes. So the supply has been removed. That's a big change.
Yeah. See.
Oh yeah, that was this patch. I completely forgot.
Yeah, it's been so long. Dude, Veek, I launched the test map, the new test map on the old patch, and I couldn't build anything, and I was like, what the fuck? And it said, need spawn more overlords or something. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I have the wrong fucking exe.
Yeah, well, I was trying to test to see if there was an error, and I was like, what? How? Like, I wanted to see if the old patch had the same bug that I was reporting to Veek at the time. And...
Oh, okay. And then
but it was just funny that I couldn't build anything.
Supply structures.
Yeah. Well, I just morphed an Avaleth instead, but it was still weird. It's like psychotic.
Yeah, but then it looks like resources don't always regenerate anymore, and the regeneration buffing buildings now are better. The
idea is to make it you have to opt into that system a bit better, a bit more like you have to deliberately use that mechanic instead to benefit from it.
Yeah, you either move your workers or build the regeneration structures.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, also, yeah, I remember the regen rate not feeling like it was high enough to be impactful even when I built the regen structures.
Yeah, it was 2x while boosted, and now it's 3x, so 3 is obviously the answer.
That's right. So hopefully that'll make it feel more impactful.
Eventually detach the... So the buffers, they will no longer bust the generation. We wanted to make them regenerate, so... at least that's what I remember we wanted to do. So they don't actually, so you still, regenerate faster when you're not mining, basically, and the regen structures is just regenerate at constant rate. That's what we might do.
Oh, well, the
later.
other thing was
Or no.
Balethal. We discovered that the resource regeneration boost just did nothing anyway, so that's why it wasn't doing anything. That's why it felt
that's why it didn't
unimpactful.
feel
It
impactful,
literally
okay.
didn't work.
Because it wasn't
So,
actually
yeah,
working.
that's-
Okay, well that
yeah.
Because we were referencing, we were adding the regeneration to the source instead of the actual resources. So we were adding it to like Irolevs or like.
Yeah, what- it was like
so
whatever
my fucking
unit-
structure
yeah.
was getting resources that I couldn't actually extract from it. Okay.
Well,
cool.
it didn't regenerate anyway because it didn't have any as a container.
But
Yeah, it had the
Oh, 'cause
flags to
zero
make it. It
things.
just
Yeah,
obviously wasn't iterated on. So, but yeah, it's just that's pretty goofy.
So it was trying to add resources to
Yeah.
the structure, and
It was like, dude, this structure can generate resources so fast, and not really.
But like, not actually, because we're not
Yeah.
actually adding them, because that it doesn't make sense. Creep no longer provides a range bonus, but increases the more speed of eggs that are not larvae. Okay.
it increases by 100%, not 50.
I already
Oh.
updated the
Oh,
patch
okay.
notes, but he may have opened it before then. I don't know. What does it say there for the bonus?
Yeah, it says 50%.
Okay,
I
yeah.
can,
If you just refresh
I
it, it'll be
can
updated.
refresh it. Yeah.
It's half the time of the morph.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
basically.
it says 100%. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Maps.
Dude, the big change you glossed over, but I'll save it for later. I'll tell you what it is when we play. We're just waiting to see if we get any more people, or at least one other person.
Well, the only problem is I have to leave at 3 p.m. and it's 1:48 right now.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
'Cause
we
I
should
have
just
work.
get rolling.
Yeah.
Let's just give it a run.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's all good.
I wish it was off on the weekend, but you know.
Well, we're making the return after like months and months of not playing, so it'll take a little while to build back up. Let's
Right.
go though. Let's do it. Instant crash? Question mark. Oh!
Veek was dropped from the game.
I knew it.
Did I run the wrong build?
Of course you did. Well, it also desynced Balethal from me, so maybe I ran the wrong, but I've launched it from Special Bus, so seems unlikely. Let me see if I...
I
No change.
downloaded it into a
Oh,
folder
it's the first
and just
different
ran it from there,
experience,
so
yeah.
there is no other version. I don't think I even have. So
Oops, that's the wrong map.
unless you updated the thing.
No, I
after
didn't change the
downloaded it.
EXE at all, so...
Okay.
So let's maybe. You already hosted Sacred Grounds. Okay. I just played the 3v3 map I made, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, we only have 3 players. This map is not very small, so get owned. Yeah, PvP works now. We fixed that in this patch too.
Pretty good.
But we only have 3 players right now, so we'll just hang out. Obviously, we're not frauds, so we shouldn't be in the frauds section.
That's right. Only the AI are frauds. Didn't you know? The Return of Fraudarchy.
All right. Let's try again. This time, I blame Veek again if it breaks.
Yeah, it'll desync
Pretty
me
much.
and we'll blame Veek.
Yeah.
Invalid hash. Veek was dropped from the game.
Dude, Veek, what are
I
you
run
doing?
the special boss build, so I don't know.
This is a good... I knew something like this
Never
would
desync
happen.
in our testing, so
Yeah.
it's really funny.
Yeah, and it looks like
Yeah,
everyone's
special
desyncing.
boss.
Yeah, on my screen, you guys are both dropping, which means I'm dropping. That is the latest plugin, so I don't know. what's
Yeah,
going
I
on.
also see both of you dropping. So literally everyone is dropping everyone. So I don't think it's a version issue.
You guys have Radman, right? Because otherwise it's on. Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see
Yeah.
the game.
We have admin on.
Well, I'll try something even funnier, which is launching from the dev repo instead. Wait, am I even doing the right thing?
I will also launch from that. So
Yeah, I guess that will isolate if it's like if that works for us now. But I don't know why that would have anything to do with it though.
I guess there's no point in me joining since
No, you
I don't
can
have
join.
the-
I mean, let's see because it'll still.
Or is if everyone was just still desync anyway?
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Or it'll be funny and somehow me and you won't desync. But
Yeah.
we'll still desync anyway.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
That would be pretty hilarious.
The only thing I can think of after this is just making sure that like you downloaded the plugins, right, Bailithal? Like you guys downloaded the whole repo? Yeah, okay, well. I knew it. Right? Yeah, the exe
I
alone.
That stupid shit because the plugins have to be in a different. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work if it's in the same exe folder.
Yeah,
okay, we found the cause. Caw.
Yeah, that's.
Dude, I found so many calls.
Caw, dude, are you joining?
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
Would it be funny if all these things we've had were just like user issues instead of actual game?
Well, it definitely was the actual game because of some amazing work out of Rust, which is supposed to be a memory-safe language, by the way, but had a memory leak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost like maybe deciding to take Brood War in the direction of Rust was a total fucking total
design flaw,
disaster,
like Flesh.
Yeah, just like
design flaw.
NVIDIA.
I need permission to perform this action. From who? What?
Ha! Permission from Nave, obviously.
I can't.
Only Nave can save you now.
It won't let me.
Hey, if you're trying to convince your buddy to stop complaining about pathfinding, you can tell him that Goliaths, well, they're called Dracodons now, Dragoons, and any other unit that was previously exceptionally bad at pathing has been improved for pathing. So you can let him know that we did make some improvements to some problematic units.
Wasn't like all you had to do was make their fucking.
We made their animations not move at varying amounts of speed
as well. Yeah,
they were moving different distances, which meant that at different parts of the animation, which meant that if it's like frame 2 out of 7 of this animation moves it farther, but it can't move that far because there's a guy who's going at frame 1 out of 7, and that moves slower or moves less distance. It's really silly.
Right, and then he can't move. Because they can't move in the same direction as a result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's your plugin going?
It's still telling me that I do not have permission to move AI debug.
Is your game running?
No.
Is it a process in your process like the last time that you tried this?
And I'm trying to find if it is, but where the fuck is fucking fuck?
Computers.
They're a disaster.
Alright, Veek, let's try to see if we still desync on our own. I don't know why we would desync from Bailithal, though that doesn't make any sense. Like, why we would desync from each other. Yeah, you? Which one are you?
I'm.
Oh, yeah?
So is...
Why?
I'm fucking coming for you, you motherfucker!
You won't even land kidding?
I will. I'm gonna steal your fucking minerals.
I don't see any fucking continue with it.
I guess you can just download the plugins again, or copy them instead of cutting them and see if that works. But
Don't brief me.
I'm coming.
Bye.
What a piece of shit.
I'm coming.
No, I don't even have permission to copy. Oh, you know what it is? It's the fucking... It's because it's like quarantined or something by fucking bit whatever.
Oh,
antivirus.
Your antivirus is not reasonable.
Yeah, I thought I told it was fine. I said restore, and it AI debug.qdp, and it did restore.
I remember this map had random slots. Hope it didn't.
Oh, I had to restore it again because it's considered a separate file. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, so this map actually randomizes spots.
You're a random spot.
Which is a bit dumb.
Yeah, the slots being the same is actually beneficial for like picking which part of the map you want to be on or whatever.
Yeah, but your enemy team also sees that, which is a problem.
It's not really a problem. What's up, Bill?
Did I use it to rush people?
Well, hopefully it works this
It
time.
is a problem.
No.
Wait.
You?
Okay, and updated on the thing. I was like, is it desynced and it's showing random on your screen and Protoss on mine?
No, it just takes a while.
Yeah, to update.
Alright, Balefall, you're the Protoss near me. I'm the Zerg above you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we are actually closer to each other. If you would believe it.
Hey, look, I'm hacking, Balefall. Don't you like this? I'll take that.
Oh, you can. I see. I did not know.
Yeah,
that
you
change.
didn't read that change in resources.
I did not.
Peter.
Pylons are cheaper now.
Yeah, supplies removed, so...
So in top right, you actually see the first number is workers, the second is military count.
Right.
We don't no longer show supply there.
Because there no longer is supply to show.
Yeah. Exactly.
Removed from the game.
We can, yeah. Pretty epic. Although you still want to build it eventually because it increases your gather rates.
Yeah, you'll notice I'm capped at 2 harvesters for efficiency on gas, and if I want 3 or whatever the actual max value is, it's dependent on the
Angle,
distance.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they no longer disappear into the structure, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
so now it's easier to kill gas.
Yeah,
harvesters?
you can harass them a bit easier, and also that means that they don't have to, like, decollide, which actually improves the speed a little bit. So that by itself should make it so that you mostly only need 3. It should clean up most of the edge cases.
Oh, yeah, because a lot of it was them spawning on top of each other and then...
Yeah, well, they didn't decollide or
Wanting to
anything,
decollide.
but they just had to update or whatever. And wasn't there something about them not turning correctly or whatever when they respawned weak? Or, like, exited the structure?
You had some issues. Also, if you scout an AI and you click at Sienna, you'll see something funny.
Well, if you just click on any of my units, you'll see something funny.
It says Balothal on my units.
Yeah, click on one of
It
my
says
hydras.
you. Ah, VU'd. A Veek 7.
Why are my units failing to get a path? I guess I'm clicking on a cliff that's not acceptable or something.
Not acceptable. How dare you?
What would be cool is
cliff.
if it was also like player colored or whatever, but
Yeah, that's tricky.
yeah, I don't know how you would do that necessarily.
Yeah, we have too many player colors, so... Oh, my base is so far away, jeez.
We can map them to text colors. Maybe there's a way we would have to look into it.
We would need to extend the number of colors that are possible, so that's pretty insane.
Yeah, we would somehow have to draw the text using player color palette instead of the text color palette.
Oh, Fagudo's in chat talking about the Windows 10 thing. I assumed that Fun was just talking about the issues with antiviruses. Because it's an exe with code injection, so...
Yeah, so it automatically assumes it's trying to steal your computer information and shit.
Spotted some Zerg here.
Oh, and tech cheer-ups, they are actually very costly now, so...
I'm getting Zerg-hered. Just infinite Zerg here, really. Alright, I'll go for Skithrox to try to reinforce that.
Oh, and like we thought.
Why do you have only
actually
2
defend properly
Draconids? What is wrong with you?
Because I wasn't playing aggro.
Sending Skithrakors over. I let my macros slip, unfortunately.
So my units are getting confused again.
It's because you're clicking on a cliff that you can barely see or not see at all.
And then they're like, I can't reach
Oh, we
that
also
tile.
have quasi fog, so if you click in the dark, you can actually see tiles through the fog.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
not
really
on
hard
the
to
minimap.
see, so he's not.
Yeah, you can't see it on the minimap. This is the problem.
Yeah, it hasn't been
Yeah, it's
updated yet.
eventually thing we'll do. It's just couldn't figure it out yet.
I'm coming to try to help you with those mutas. Oh, I found a base. Never mind. Come to me, Balefall.
I'm coming.
All right,
I
let me-
like that the other 2 players that decided to defend it after.
Oh, my Zerg here.
Defenses.
Alright, just pop this hatch, okay. I'm gonna just leave your Zealots to die, honestly.
It's fun.
That's why I built this.
Have your escape cores, they could be useful.
Yeah, moving them.
But the real epic update will be when we remove selection limit.
Easy come, easy go, bro. Some units heading to your base, Veek. We can push through, maybe. While we, wait for that. Forgot how expensive that was.
Our forces are under attack. Require more minerals.
Not Vithralisks. My whole army is air.
Prepare to lose everything.
Don't worry, I'm building some ground units to compensate. I'm sure that'll be enough.
That's right.
Ground units. That was it.
You? Ah! Help a homie out, dude. Ha! Crouching Tiger hitting you. I popped the sunken. You can move into that base and get workers with all of your Hierophants and shit.
Yeah.
Where do our enemies come?
I don't want them to surround me, fuck.
Well, you needed to be faster, dude.
Oh, Draconids are more expensive.
Less than gas, too.
That's true. Higher minerals, less gas.
I didn't actually love this change, but...
Noob. Oh, they have so many Vithrils now, I can't really use my air units until I get rid of them.
Shit.
They took this base?
Architects you can build without the tech structure now, right?
Yeah.
Our forces are under attack.
I'm gonna try to pop that base, but it might be too heavily guarded, I'm not sure.
Our forces are under attack.
Teamwork. For all it mattered. I'm getting my tech structures so I could actually make use of my higher tier tech. Jesus. Oh, I should have morphed them all on the creep. That's a dummy move of mine. So our first match back may end in death, honestly. There's a lot of Zerg there.
Yeah, I'm trying to distract them.
Yeah, I'm sending some forces to you, but I don't know if they'll make it in time.
No, that's not working out. There's so many. I mean, at least I stopped them from mining on the base, but there's so many units.
Jesus, I need ground frontline or something to support. Oh, perfect. I found some. The base numbers of this area, of the central guy here, are pretty small.
Yeah. I think there needs to be like another base on the left somewhere.
Yeah, I only have 2 bases. So.
Okay, what the fuck is happening with my probe?
You're supposed to take the middle one.
Such an insane one.
Yeah, that worked out well. We literally can't remove them from the middle, and they're not even harvesting from that.
You tried to attack them while I was not going Rockbro, and instead of securing your Expo.
That wouldn't have changed anything. Oh, thankfully Oh, that was an hostile parasite. I'll see if I can do something about this problem.
At least they're not being terribly aggressive.
Well, we're just holding them off, really.
Yeah,
in the middle.
Just like, we just keep distracting them with defense.
Yeah, I haven't been attacked yet, which is pretty big because I don't have that much static defense or anything.
Yeah.
But I know they do have a bit more, so...
God damn. They're so, like, heavily entrenched.
Yeah, when you keep the pressure on them, they actually will pivot more towards defense, at least in the early game, which we're still in right now, judging by our tech levels. If we can defend this hatchery I'm putting down, I can spread creep and get some Niduses or something. It doesn't look too likely, though, unless Vee gets over here with some reinforcement. It's a no-go.
I have to wait.
I can keep getting... I'm gonna have to fuck up over here, honestly. They're on my front door. I think I've routed them for now.
Yeah, I think I can siege them now. We have a lot of architects.
Alright, I'm moving up to support you. I have too many units to elegantly control, unfortunately. And they're still sending a lot of units here. This turquoise color probably shouldn't be allowed to be in play when I'm asparagus. We can add that to the list of things to blacklist. In fact, can somebody in chat write asparagus in so I remember that?
Kid asparagus.
Asparagus, eat your veggies. Oh my god, dude.
I'm surprised they haven't just killed us.
Don't worry, that's happening. That's coming next.
Yeah, that's coming. It just hasn't. They just haven't quite got there yet, but they're coming.
They're coming, they're coming.
No, get away from me. Dude, they're putting Lakizilisks in here, but they're not borrowing them, thank fuck. I'm mixed feelings about that one because it's a bug, but I also lived because of it. Yeah, I have too little money.
I'm borrowing stupidly, but they sometimes don't borrow properly.
I just have so little gas because I forgot to reassign my workers. Alright, I can try moving out again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh shit. They're coming to attack me. Oh, okay. It's not a very big attack force.
Yeah,
for some
your
reason.
changes have really broken lurkers, honestly. Look at this. It's okay. We're still figuring out some things. Moving up.
I don't think that's true because he'll never attack unless out of range. So. Unless in range. So.
Well, something is stopping them from borrowing as often as they would otherwise. So.
Oh, I only do anything to them if they're borrowed. So.
I don't know. It looks like they're less responsive.
I should check because maybe that's not true.
Yeah, maybe one condition is like incorrect or something.
They probably control the base at the top of the map. So. The problem.
Sending more units to the front, including more convolisks, but it looks like it's over anyway. I knew I should have built Wiggleheads.
Yeah, Wiggleheads are pretty strong, even though the bounce is stronger now.
Well, I also should have remembered that Azira cores exist, considering they were owning me. That would have come in handy. If you can demi-ur some of these Vithrilisks, I know they're low.
Yeah, one so.
No, Reavers don't do allied damage anymore. Or as they're known now, Acantors.
I might actually remove this southern base.
Yeah, we're not dying yet, which is nice.
Yeah, it's better than I expected.
Don't forget to build resource generation because it's we already.
I've already done that, yeah.
We planned for this patch to allow building on your own units, but we couldn't figure it out yet. It involved food.
Alright, hopefully you can stay behind and pick off that base. I'm just sending these timed units over. I'm gonna try to sync up a little bit with Balothal.
There's
Actually.
visuals for regeneration now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of visuals that I've added. Not all of them are looking very good, mind you,
But at least they exist, so I
Yeah.
can see what's happening.
Yeah, pennant placement is pretty fucking terrible now. You have to place it in the mineral field, which is
Oh my god!
impossible.
Oh my god! Veek! Help!
Oh no! No!
Oh my fucking god! Using reworked Sovralets! Oh! Pain!
That's a lot of
keystroke
Sovralets.
are actually really cool now. They infest buildings. Oh, what's up, Ian? You love a keystroke board.
How's it going?
Help! I'm dying!
Oh man, this is exciting.
Dude, I was winning and then we stopped winning. Why did we do that?
Yeah, we...
Dude, they rocked up with like 40 Sovralets and just started owning.
Is that your best impression?
Yeah,
Oh,
basically.
there's my several lefts now.
Yeah, well, the warship procs on all of them because it's shared damage. I don't know if that's really intentional or not, but it seems like it could be fine. Alright, I need this base desperately. Can you pop that Excision in the top left? Because I am so low on money. Ah, Sovralets!
So, you reworked them. How do they work now?
The more Sovralets that are nearby, that are allied, obviously, the slower they become, but the more range they get. And if Sovralets cover a corpse, they convert it into a cocoon that births a new one.
They also spread half of the damage taken to other subrelets.
Yeah, so it's like a linked thing. I don't know what you
Are
would
they
even say.
considered like small units or whatever?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're very lightly armored, but it means that I should probably tech up to tier 3 and get Plague or something. The new Plague is an AoE, like an effect field, so you lock out like an area of the ground. I'll try to get you this base now, Balothal.
Cool. I've been trying to get it for a while.
Yeah, I noticed.
It looked like I was going to take it at some point, and then Sovralets appeared, and then it was that was.
Oh, did they also own you?
Yes.
Okay.
They deleted my entire army.
I'm getting tier 3 now, so my army rotation, or my army replenishments will be a bit slow, but...
Look at these patch notes, holy shit.
Yeah, dude, good luck. You might be done reading them by the time we finish the game.
Yeah, it's 700.
It's 800 lines now, so...
Okay.
I've cleared out the workers, but there's still defenders in here.
Okay, I'm certain now, by the way. I took their scrolls.
Yeah, well, you let me know when you actually have an operational base, dude. We might not have the time to deal with that. I shouldn't just throw away my units.
I think we won though.
Yeah, your Sovrolith capture turned the tides, I think.
It was a special mind control operation.
Basically. That's your Putin impression. Alright, you got this base. Congrats. Yeah, I think we outlasted them. I'm kind of surprised they don't have the entire map on under their control now. Oh, I guess they did? So,
Yeah, and then they just lost it.
yeah, then we just defeated them.
My initial base has regenerated, and now I can start mining from it again.
Yeah. Maybe we should make the boosted regen more impactful or something. I don't know. Because if we do that, then the timing might be better.
Well, right now they regenerate even if you mine, if you regen. So if you boost the regen.
Yeah.
Right?
So I guess maybe it would be too much if they boosted and...
I think we wanted it to be a separate regeneration instead of just multiplying, if you remember. That would fix. Okay, this is not taken. That would fix the issue with them, like regenerating so much while mining.
Yeah, there's still more conceptual space to be explored, that's for sure. Well, I think the fact that we didn't...
So, Kian, you will love the placeholder system. You should probably search for it.
Dude, let him read at his own pace, man. There's a lot of changes he's got to read.
Yeah, I know.
I was trying to find some information about this custom trigger system.
Yeah, it's there. You'll have to... It's in the editor category. Or you can just look at the website section. There's a setup page. One of the things that I think contributed to the AI's fall off was the fact that they don't build or use the resource boosters correctly. So that's something we should probably try and address, since I think that's why they stopped working and stopped owning us. Yeah. Like, it's convenient to mention the Sovrolith thing because it was really thematic, but I don't think that's actually why there was an issue. Spread some creep over.
It certainly helped us win the center battle. It's just they.
Yeah, they would have lost anyway if we had just outlasted them.
Good composition, I think, because they had a front line and the fucking architects, and it started to work after some time. So.
Well, the thing is all their bases are mined out. I'm pretty sure that is the reason they started losing.
The several left thing is pretty fucking busted that you can just multiply them so much.
Well, I think the morph time should just be longer so you can have counterplay against the eggs, but...
Well, the problem is it's like a win more thing, so...
Well, it's also you reinforce off of your own corpses. It's not just win more, necessarily.
Yeah, but only ground corpses, because no other corpses are in the game yet.
Yeah, but that's not like a...
Yeah, that means you can't regen several left, which is actually quite good.
Yeah, I guess ideally there would be a there would be an idea of what corpses are valuable and how many you get from it or something, but we just don't have a complex corpse system in Brood War, unfortunately.
That like top base that I don't think anyone.
Do I have to run the admin still?
Yeah.
Yeah, we won. I don't think there's a trigger.
Well, there was something like this, but I think you already cleared it.
You Americans are probably banned from like fucking DICAP anyway.
Yeah, I don't think ICAP has been online for a while. Dude, what's in this envoy?
A long time.
Killing fucking gods will be fucking huge now.
I'll take that envoy, thanks. I just wanted my Hydras to hide in it.
Where's my envoy there?
Right here, you just moved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not here.
It could be that there's no win trigger. I'm
You
not
see?
Sure. I also remember that winning didn't actually work half the time.
Yeah, if it was scanning workers, it didn't
But I
work.
think I just forgot to do it.
We're using the wrong mutate animation for Hydras and Bactylisks. Can you give me my Hydras back, or what? That was only a joke.
No. My
I have actually
now.
more workers than I have military units. Pretty good.
Yeah, I have 48 and 53. I played pretty poorly this game, but I only had 2 bases for most of it, so...
I gave them back.
You?
Here.
Oh, thanks.
I like how I have this stack.
Well, demiurges. Sup, Teolith? Sup, Waker Wanderer? Appreciate the asparagus messages, guys. You're really reminding me what to do.
Hit asparagus.
Dude, we got 3 asparagus messages. That's 3. All right. I'll just write that in our DMs week. Asparagus.
I was thinking I would probably compare them by RGB values instead of the system we currently have.
That would remove all the edge cases, I guess, if you did it properly. All right. We have 5 players, which is weird. That means that we'll have to do
okay.
like
I gotta leave soonish anyway, so.
Well, can you do one more or no?
It depends
was
how long it'll last.
Yeah, that was kind of a long game, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If we only have 4 players, I'll host a. I'll just host Sacred
play
Grounds.
the FFA map I made, I guess. The old one. Unholy Grail.
Is it actually called Unholy Grail? Wasn't it like Torrents of Molten Blood or something?
No, that was a different map. Unholy Grail is the space map, like space platform, with Niduses in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was an FFA map.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we can try that next game. I already hosted Sacred Grounds.
I just also converted it to Fraud Monarch.
No, Threshold is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, it was called Transcendence. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing again? A free for all?
No, this is a 4v4 because Balefal's probably not going to be able to stick around long enough. He would have to die first, which is pretty lame in a free for all.
Yeah.
I can only play for so long, and then I have to die. So.
and then someone has to kill me.
Yeah. I'll be right back to get water, and then we can roll out.
I'll just share vision with everyone so that they can kill me.
How do you like the patch? Volatile team.
The what?
The patch.
So far,
I've
it's
read it, so
some really good stuff in here. What was I just reading?
just
think
to let you know.
Placeholders because they just allow so much custom scenarios.
Yeah, by the way, just to let you know, I'm not quitting Stellaris when I'm playing this, so.
Some highlights
Good
here
luck.
are AI no longer refuse to build structures on different height levels in the source town is fucking amazing.
Yeah, the fact that was the thing is psychotic.
Ooh.
MNSR.
Everybody ready to go?
AI defense stuff is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, they defend humans.
Well, they were pretty defensive in that game because we kept attacking. I wonder if maybe not all of them should defend. Because maybe they would have actually attacked us if that wasn't the case, Veek.
Zerg structures no longer gain armor based on...
I don't think they use attack waves to defend.
They weren't very aggressive. But maybe we were just catching them. Yeah, do you like that bug fix, Kian?
Yeah, I do.
Which
yeah.
one?
The Zerg structures no longer get armor based on their cheap multiplier. Because the cheap multiplier upgrade, it was the same upgrade as structure armor. So
For Zerg, yeah.
Yeah, I had to change the structure armor upgrade.
I was really confused. Why am I like the moment we like?
We actually
Change
observed it
Zephyr
on
or
Unholy
something?
Grail. I think I observed like a Zethra
Yeah,
core
yeah.
doing, or my units were doing no damage to a sunken
Sunken?
colony because they had Zerg had the most multiplier and
When
had
we-
structure armor as the multiplier upgrades. So it's just a
When we
disaster.
added the damage types, Alexander, Knight of the Realm, he said that the values feel like Warcraft 3, and I was like I wasn't able to like attack the hatchery of the Zerg. with
Yeah, the
Zephyr
hatchery
cores,
also
so,
received the bonus because obviously all structures did. So
yeah.
it was just
Okay,
really like an insane bug.
Um,
So
That's why Zerg AI could be, very
Yeah.
fucking difficult under certain circumstances.
listen, man, they needed every little bit of helping hand they could get. Yeah, if you read the bug fixes specifically, there are a lot of comedy moments there, like clown emojis. Between all the clown emojis of Blizzard and all the clown emojis of us.
Yeah, because that was actually on
That
you.
was us, yeah.
Yeah,
but-
because you created the structure armor upgrade in the first place.
Yeah, so originally I think you actually could get it way back in like the SCR days I had made it, and then I didn't make it so that you could research it, but I still left it so that there would be an armor icon and tooltip when you selected defensive structures. So you could actually see the armor icon. And then, especially when armor icons also had statuses on them, it actually was kind of important. And then now it's just like, what a meme. You also were getting actual armor upgrades based on that. So only Zerg, and only if they had a cheat, which was mostly the AI. So
Mostly the AI.
yeah. I like
and the Cosmonarch would actually have a lot of fucking armor
yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're
because
right.
they had higher multipliers, right?
Yeah.
I like that the Goliath was buffed a little bit to give it more of a tier 2 feeling.
Yeah, so the Goliath and the Drakadon are both in a bit of a weird spot
expensive.
because they are pricey, but the point of the units are that they can, like, they're a tier 1 answer to tier 2 units, if that makes any sense. Like, you still want Paladins over Goliaths when Heavy Air shows up, and you still want, like, Atriuses over Drakadons, obviously, for Protoss, but if you're stuck at an earlier tier, you have these units that can, while expensive and maybe not as cost effective as you would like them to be, they can serve as an appropriate answer to those higher tier
The only problem I
elements.
see with the change is that they are less useful against like just general tier 1 usage. So it's
Well,
like
they
you're
aren't
paying
though.
more
I mean,
for the thing
Drakadons
you're
right
not
now are a
using.
bit underwhelming. Is the general vibe I'm getting from what you said, and also what I felt when I was testing. But that might be signal noise. Like, we have to actually vet that claim.
Yeah.
I still think they're very effective. They're like the most effective, like tier
I
1
like the
ranger.
unit. It's just their cost is now a bit high because like I feel like if you're doing gateway units early on, you are using more minerals than gas anyways. So that's actually a nerf the thing that you moved gas to minerals.
Right, yeah, because most gateway units are primarily minerals.
Yeah,
especially
but that
like
is
zealots and,
yeah,
and
but
legionnaires.
it's intentional that this unit, which scales very, very well for a tier 1 unit, is more expensive. So,
yeah, that makes
like,
sense.
I recognize that it is a nerf in terms of their resource cost changes, but it's also like, I think it's hard to understate, or it's hard to overstate actually the impact of the gas change to the point where now you can harvest without needing a reservoir, a refinery
Yeah, that's true.
structure.
And it's a lot easier to get the gas required for Drakadons now than before.
And
Yeah,
it
it
would
was
have been
just
harder
this
to
issue
do
with
if they had
gas
50
before.
gas. I think you would actually still have a really low amount of Drakadons, maybe a lower amount of Drakadons if I didn't change the cost. That's my hypothesis.
Do Zerg still start with an Overlord now that there's no supply?
No, they don't, and the Ovaleth now costs more resources because it's clearly defined as a transport and a detector. Yeah, it's like minerals and gas. It's like 125 and 50 or something. I don't remember.
I think it's 75-50.
I do see that you just harvest from Vespine geysers now, which I love because it made no sense that you couldn't just go up to it and get some gas.
Yeah, the sprite,
That's a big problem.
It was honestly, it really negatively impacted a lot of openers and made it so that these gas structures were basically mandatory, which...
Yeah, like building Hydras before was unreasonable.
Well, now
That's
it's
the fair
probably a bit
statement.
too powerful. I probably need to make the Hydrock Den a bit more minerals or a bit more gas or something, because it's like the easiest fucking opener to do, because Quasrock Pool is 200 minerals and Muthrock Spire is 150 gas, I think, so it's like really, really cheap to go Hydrock right now. But yeah, like, if you ever wanted to do something that required a little bit of gas, you basically, like, your answer was still build a gas structure and then harvest from, like, with, like, only one worker after a certain breakpoint or something, you know, like...
Yeah, you like invested insane amount of minerals and like worker time into...
Yeah,
being
it's
able
not
to
really
harvest
minerals
them.
as an upfront cost, but it is an opportunity cost of, like, you could have gotten resources from these workers or whatever. So the fact that you can do it without building a structure is really nice. The only thing that's really not satisfying to me right now is that while you're building the structure, you can't harvest from it. And that means you have to
that
take
did feel a
your
little
workers
weird.
away, and then you have to remember to put them
Yeah.
back. But I think that's fine, and it's just a skill I have to build up, because it's just not a habit, obviously.
Well, yeah, because it was not a thing you had to worry about before.
Yeah. Before you needed to remember to put workers on gas when it finished anyway. So that part actually isn't different. It's just what's different is that you stop and then build and then start.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it just feels
yeah.
weird to have to stop.
yeah,
Basically.
it's just something that I think we'll build the muscle
Yeah.
memory for later.
Oh, if you have a high scale, you can just queue the gather order and they will just wait. So you can do that, but
I don't think it
obviously
works
less
right now
efficient.
correctly.
does. Although, if you build a structure while mining, the animation will break. So that's a fix we have to do.
I don't know what you mean by animation. It works fine.
The gather running.
Like what? What do you mean?
The harvest animation of geyser, if it's actually running, and you build the geyser, the worker will freeze in the anim and will not queue properly.
But the only anim is the Mason or the Droleth, so I guess that's what you mean.
Yeah, no, Scribe also has the anim. It's just not.
There is no anim,
they-
it just spawns an effect, if that's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but
If the
it's
effect
still
is
an
still
anim.
being spawned, that is weird, yeah, okay. I've just not noticed it, because usually I pull the workers away, obviously. What's up, Shambler? Thanks for coming in to make a post, dude. Check it out. What's up, Beaver? Welcome. You. All right, are we ready to get this rolling? You guys ready to fight
Rockins
some
are
AI?
faster.
Is Balefall playing?
No, Balefall has to go soon.
You can.
What are you talking about, man? Let's just talk for another like 30 minutes.
that's
Kian
right.
wants to
That's all I
finish.
believe.
Kian wants to finish reading the patch
I
notes.
mean, I'm just playing Stellaris, so I'm fine.
All right, well, there you
Do
go.
this all day.
We get to read
Yeah,
more
fun
patch
to talk
notes.
to. It's pretty exciting. So.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever. So if Kian wants to keep reading the patch notes and keep talking design shit.
No, I was joking. I was joking.
Oh, okay.
So I
I'm
imagine.
ready to start.
So what you've done is basically made the gas costs of a lot of the low tier units slightly lower, but increased a lot of their mineral costs. It looks like.
Yeah. So the point is that gas is always going to be harder to get, even with this change. Like it's, harder is not the right word, but it's like slower than minerals.
Lower
for sure.
to
And that's
harvest.
even if you have like the gas structure, at which point you've already invested minerals, right?
Well, the other thing is that you expend a lot more minerals each game because buildings and stuff.
Yeah. So the point of the change of polarizing it more towards minerals for tier 1 units is the idea is you can conserve gas while still building an army to eventually get your tech structure. Or you can choose deliberately to delay your tech upgrade, your overall like evolution in the tech tree, to build more powerful tier 1 units that like exist in a tier 1.5 space almost, like with the Goliath, the
Right.
Dracodon, stuff like that. I guess Zerg doesn't really have them,
Ecclesiast,
which might be a
is pretty
problem.
big
But
one.
yeah, Ecclesiasts have a higher gas cost, but their healing passive has been reworked to be an on-hit effect instead of an on-death effect, so you can proc it more often. And
Oh, okay.
it
So
might
it'll be
still.
more
It doesn't really feel super impactful right now in my experience, but I probably just
Yeah,
haven't
it's
really
pretty
used it
impactful,
very
honestly.
effectively. I don't know that I've used it very effectively.
Yeah. Well,
So-
we'll have to figure out like if there's a specific composition that it works better with, probably.
Yeah. Well, it works best against melees or with melees, basically. Like I've actually built it.
Because Clarions work with shields.
Yeah, I've built it with like mostly Dracodins and robotics. Or no, I think it was like idols and stuff from the robotics facility. I used Ecclesiasts along with them because I was up against some melee heavy Zerg build or something, and it actually worked pretty well.
Right, where they had a
This
bunch of
is
Zephyr
a change
cores.
key, and you might be sad about Simulacra or happy, I don't know. Simulacrums will no longer split if they're damaged to shields. They have to be damaged to health.
Yeah,
But
it was
they have
it
more
was to
health and
fix the
less
Clarion insanity, where obviously it would distribute damage to all simulacrums and then or all simulacra, and then it would break.
Oh yeah, and then they would all split. Yep.
Yeah, it still
one
splits
attack.
pretty
shields.
frequently
Also
though.
stronger now because
Yeah.
they,
The point
because
is that
power-
you can, if you're microing, if you're attentive, you can get actually more splits per individual simulacrum. You just can't abuse this insane Clarion thing. So that's the main issue.
Yeah, because that specific interaction was absurd.
Well, they don't cost gas anymore either, so you can spam them out pretty frequently. It's just the robotics facility itself is what costs more
I
minerals.
think they might need 10 less HP though. I think we already discussed it.
Yeah, the exact stats might need to tweak. That's what the main thing we're doing, aside from testing for stability, which hopefully just doesn't come up, and we have lovely, flowery games that never end, and we don't have any issues or crashes. Hopefully that's what happens. I know that we are aware of some stability issues that we have yet to track down, but they're very rare, which is nice. But the main thing that we are going to be testing in these sessions is the balance, because we've made such sweeping changes to everything. Like, just the Vespene change alone totally changes how you interface with the game's economy. So that's obviously going to be a massive...
Right, especially in the early game.
Yeah.
And attack costs, like general unit costs, reward behaviors.
Yeah.
Mineral regeneration rates.
Yeah, the fact that mineral regeneration, mechanics actually work now.
Yeah, that's great.
And the gas is a bit weird right now. We haven't really cleaned it up, but it doesn't regenerate while capped, unless boosted.
Yeah, well, the basic idea is that you don't regenerate while you're mining unless you boost the resource, and if you have a capped geyser, it also doesn't regenerate unless it's boosted. So if you actually build a reservoir on top of it or whatever, then you need to boost it to get the regen, otherwise it won't regen.
Or you have to destroy it.
Yeah, or you have to destroy it. And currently, the only faction that can easily destroy it is the Terrans with controlled demolition. I will eventually collaborate with Veek to work on the regression for excisance and the abdication for aquifers, which will remove them. But that's just not implemented yet.
Have you guys thought about bringing the supply depot in with a different purpose, or is it just going to be out of the game?
Well, actually, there's an opening scene in a map I'm working on where you see a bunch of supply depots, and a character says, "These aren't useful anymore, you can destroy them," or something. So they do have a purpose. It's just very specific. It's so that I can shit on the concept of supply in dialogue.
What if the Terrans were able to use them as, like, barricades?
Yeah, the fact that they don't have an easy wall structure does feel kind of bad right now, but at the same time...
We should just have a fucking wall unit, honestly. Like a tile-sized wall or something. I don't know. Because right now it feels pretty bad to have to know all the fucking collision wrecks and stuff. I don't know.
It would be cool if the Terrans had a smart wall structure that could open and close a half tile on each side. So if you wanted to build it on either side of a bunker, and then you could activate it, and then units, like small units like Zerglings and Zealots, wouldn't be able to pass through. But then you could let workers out.
Yeah, well, what should happen is the StarCraft 2 depot that raises and lowers, something like that should be brought in, I think, for Terrans, because it would help feel like they're building up a compound of some kind. It's just the idea of using a unit ID for that while we're still limited by those, which maybe will change in the future, but is not, like, it's totally vague and uncertain right now. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. And it also does feel like I don't know how useful it would be in a practical sense, because it feels to me like one of those things which is minuscularly, like very rarely useful in an actual competitive game, but is like a noob thing that you would do in a campaign when you're like trying to hold out and defend or whatever in like map 3 of the original Terran campaign or something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. I don't know how useful a wall would actually prove to be all the time.
Right. I think in competitive it would be something that the people would like use it in the early game and then just forget about it.
Yeah, and then they just wouldn't. It's too much like mental overhead or whatever.
Yeah, and it's also too weak to be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially as you get higher.
Like you basically need another purpose on top of the wall, what justified the StarCraft 2 depot change, and what like sort of like how pylons have another purpose other than supply, they power stuff, right? And like you would need another thing that depots do, and I don't really know what they would be. Like it would have to be something that's broadly applicable, but I don't know. I guess we could replace it with something that like regenerates, like heals in an aura similar to a shaman or something, but then it feels like we're overlapping with that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess then it would feel more like something similar to a shield battery, I guess, like a utility structure, which only Protoss really have as far as defenses are concerned. So it might be interesting to play around with an idea for that, but
it would be interesting if but that requires like way more mechanics. But if you had like a high tier supply depot which just like gave you like, I don't know, explosive ammunition or something, and you would be able to refill it somehow. I don't know, but that's like an involved
mechanic. So. I don't know how much micro would be required to get your like money's worth out of that, and then we also have to handle AI handling for it and all that shit.
Yeah.
What's up, Luciferius, Lundier, and Milestone? What's up? A slowing field that only affects enemies. That sounds, Fagudo, like you're talking about the Psi emitter disruptor structure from StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty campaign, which I guess wouldn't be like the terrible. It only affected Zerg because you only used it against Zerg at that point. Like you couldn't. I don't think you could unlock it until you were done fighting Protoss for the most part.
It actually affects all units.
Well, you can unlock it with cheat codes, for example. So.
But
cheating, Vic. Yeah. Cheater. The cheater himself speaks. The cheater himself.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I mean, you can do some dumb shit with ordering of the missions. So
yeah,
I remember playing. I remember that infestation mission where you have day and night cycle.
Outbreak.
So basically, first I did the Ghost Arc, which gave me invisible units that can be permanently invisible. Because that's an upgrade in the campaign.
Yeah.
And then I went to Outbreak, and it turns out that Zerg have like 2 or 3 detectors on the entire map.
Isn't that like the Nick suit or something? It's really mentally ill how many proper nouns I remember from these terrible products. Yeah. But dude, don't worry, UED Commander. Don't you know you can push some buttons and load a custom campaign? Isn't that epic? Doesn't that just mean we're golden now? Golden Armada?
That's right. It's not any custom campaigns. It has to be a modified version of the official.
Yeah, you literally can't make new maps. You can only modify existing ones. Like, prank.
And then somehow that's the golden...
I wonder when the Koreans make Starcraft 2 alternative, it will be supported by this.
Well, I guess they probably, you probably can. It's just that you basically need to redo the entire map. I mean, I don't know. Like, you would also want to change tile sets, obviously. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that they'll do anything that requires.
Well, the problem would be like all the stuff that glues it together would still be Wings of Liberty / Heart of the Swarm / Yeah, like I don't know if you can replace all the in between stuff. Like I know you can replace the maps themselves.
Yeah, well,
I guess all the in-between stuff are technically maps, but I'm not sure how it would actually work.
Well, the Protoss edition and stuff like that, they just don't have any lore or like transition screens or whatever. They don't even have custom dialogue, so they just reuse the vanilla one with like some race-specific interdictions. You have like Raynor quote talking unquote to like Warzone on missions.
Nice. Yeah.
Useful. What's up, Milestone?
Quotes, talking in quotes is because it's not like it's not coherent. They just reuse the dialogue that exists.
So Milestone asked in chat about the work we did on scenario and campaign support. We haven't really talked too much about that, but I guess since we're just talking about patch notes for this whole stream, I can talk about that. The biggest changes So initially, one of the things, like the first things that actually made it into this patch was the custom trigger framework, which Veek put together to support a custom music playlist. If you ever want to have your own music, you can also fade in and out between like the default music. Like if you only wanted to play music in the intro and then you wanted to play something that was like just go back to the default music for that race or whatever, you can do that. So, and it reads your music volume from your settings, which is obviously ideal. And it plays. Does it play in a custom channel, V? Can you correct me if I'm wrong about that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's possible. Then we had, what else do we have? We can remove creep at a location. That's mostly like just a custom trigger action that might be useful in some area. The score screen player and force name overrides are useful for things like basically at the end of the game, you can actually have something custom. And this is kind of weird. I don't know if anybody would really use this, but if you wanted, for example, to have the classic crows and frauds as the forces, but you wanted to make for Force 1, you wanted to make them the crows and the enemies the frauds. And for Force 2, you also wanted to make the Force 2 the crows to themselves. You can change it on a per player basis, which basically means that you could like mind fuck enemies or something, and like the screenshot at the score screen would be different for each player depending on how you set it up. It's very niche. I don't think anybody will use that for any reason.
Well, it's useful for campaigns to like hiding the like if you have.
Well, I'm talking about something that's multiplayer specific, obviously. So that's not like.
But it's like for scenarios where you have like forces that don't know each other. So like for the Terrans, you can call Zergs like unknown aliens, and for Zergs, you actually call them the fucking organs.
The tendril or organ or whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you were playing as like Zerg instead of Terran or something, that would be something you could do. The biggest change to the editor, really, though, is something called AI placeholders. You may have heard of base layout before as a command, and previously it was really a pain in the ass to actually make this work because you had to find coordinates, you had to modify AI scripts. You don't have to do that anymore. Instead, you can just place some units in the editor, set some flags in their unit properties, and the AI will potentially request them if that's how you want to do it.
Hallucinations, and then priorities health, and then some other more miscellaneous properties are there.
So you can set priority of the request. You can set like where they are. You can set you can't set which town they are assigned to, but they automatically assign to the nearest resource area. So basically, you can just literally have totally custom requests and totally customized AI. It also works for guards, so you can make them like send units to specific locations and stuff. So everything that you previously needed to customize an AI script for, you can now do from the editor itself, which is basically the biggest improvement to user-made AI.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also choose expansions depending on the placeholder priorities, and they.
Oh yeah. So if there's like, what is it? Is it just a town center priority, or is it any priority?
No, it's the highest priority in a town.
So basically, if you placed like a watchdog for priority 150 and every other structure was less than that, they would expand to the town that has that watchdog request, which we might change to town centers only. But the point of it is basically that they know that this is the highest. This town has a higher priority request than anything else, so expand here first, which allows you to dictate what the expansion order actually is. So.
Well, I wouldn't change it to town hall priority because then they would have fucked requests of wrong priority and would cause a lot of issues, but yeah.
Yeah, the birthday maps will be the first maps to show this system off. I haven't finished it yet. Oh shit, it's Milestone!
Zone of the Mile.
Well, I guess that means we should play a free-for-all map or something, since we have 5 players.
Well, we can also play 3v2 and AI. And I guess I and you would be the 2-player team because we are like probably better.
Well, at least you're more familiar with the current game state.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Milestone, take my place. I'm you.
And you are the me.
Is Kian here? I heard him get up here. Oh, you are here. Okay. What do you think about the placeholder system? Did you hear me blab about it?
Will you give me a summary of it one more time?
You can now place structures in the editor and guards as well, like units, and the AI can fill those out. They interpret them as locations and also requests if you want them to, which means
So
you can
basically,
dictate their
you said
expansion
you had-
order, their build order, and also where they place
Yeah.
units.
So you can basically place units and mark them as hallucinations, and AI will build them while playing the game. And they will actually disappear from the map on the start, so you just like place what the AI should build and where should they build it.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool.
So basically, you could like take any any like official Blizzard map right now and just mark everything as placeholders.
Oh yeah. You just
Build
want
up from the
to
start.
fix the priors.
Yeah, you'd want to set their priority, which you do by modifying their HP percentage. That actually goes up to 255, I think, or 250.
And you need to run the script for the AI and set it to like personality type 9.
That's
I
pretty
think.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, you have to customize some stuff about the AI. The documentation goes over all the steps, but yeah. So yeah, there you go. Let's get it rolling then, if everybody's ready. You can never
Yeah,
face.
you can talk about enemy later, sure.
Oh shit! He remembered the wave.
How do you wave?
Well, he has a Swedish keyboard. That's how he waves. So.
Oh.
I have a Russian keyboard.
See you later,
Okay,
Milestone. Oh, welcome back, Milestone.
Let me try what my Russian keyboard can do.
Turns out spamming keys, yeah, might not be a good idea.
I can do this.
Yeah. I forget what the wave was now. DF
Let
will
me
have
check
to
this
tell me.
out.
Oh! Yeah.
Same thing by accident. I was trying custom thing. Oh, I can do it.
Oh yeah? What is it?
It's Alt and U.
Oh, well, that's your fucking
That's
Polish keyboard.
keyboard. Yeah. Oh no, that's just Euro sign though.
Yeah, I don't have that on my keyboard.
Alt.
We
Obviously.
have dollars.
Don't
I
wave
wish
me.
I had hotkeys to wave people.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck?
Where's my
This is a
hotkey?
small free.
Tiny 3. All right,
Just
Kian,
stream
you ready to
it just so I
smash?
can wave people.
Sure.
All right, let's go for it. Game pace, it definitely feels like it has improved.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the precise details are to be determined, so.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll make lots of changes in the coming months.
All right, Veek, I'm Protoss here, if you know what I mean.
Oh, there's an AI.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Get over there. Where are you? Oh, okay. Perfect. Oh, pennant.
Oh, hey, I'm
Maps with two geysers are just like the pissed because it's pretty powerful. I mean, it's like just way different now.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't
yeah,
really want to
obviously
get
they're not-
geysers for free. It's pretty big.
Yeah, you probably get too much gas off of them in the early game.
I have 8 out of 0 supply, by the way.
Yeah,
It might be a
the
situation where
No,
the
it's the
supply thing is worker count, military count.
Oh, you already changed the hydro. Oh no, never mind. Default.
Ranker?
So I guess Hydro should have 50 more minerals and.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll have.
Fine.
If it's 25 or 50 or what, but.
Okay, how do we play this again?
it'll take some adjustment, I think.
Yeah, it's because the pylon doesn't actually give you supply anymore, so I made it cheaper and smaller so you can fit it in more areas.
And you give it more buildings around it.
Oh shit, DF is in the chat and he says Alt 0127. That's an O, you fucking liar.
Oh.
Well, this is the inverted order. Obviously, it should be OU, but.
That's
You, oh.
The supply. I finally feel like a real Zerg player when I don't have to stop and make an overwork. You're really quiet.
Yeah, I think he moved his mic or something. But yeah, he basically was just saying that without supply, it's fucking epic, which I agree.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is about the double gas. One thing that came to mind was, you know, the destructible rocks.
Yeah.
What if you had? Well, obviously you probably wouldn't do this because of the unit limit or whatever. But what if you could destroy something and it became a geyser, in order to be able to lock away geysers that in the early game that you don't want the player to have access to, so they have to actually like open them up.
Oh yeah.
Well, you would just place a neutral reservoir, probably.
I was meant to say that gas stealing is
yeah, I guess you could do that.
powerful, and we should do something about it.
Should we?
Yeah. Although it's pricier, so maybe it's not that powerful.
I think the
It's
price
like
is
up someone's build order so much.
Well, I think maybe if you don't, if it's like instead of, so maybe one of the issues is actually that you like have this weird thing going on where the my worker got lost. I think maybe one of the issues is that you can't harvest while it's under construction or whatever. Maybe if we changed that, it would be better. I don't know.
Right.
Like maybe you harvest as if it were not had a reservoir on it.
Yeah.
While it's building, and then you only get the benefit once it's completed.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, there is a Mutalisk.
A Utalisk.
Who's purple?
AI. You losing the AI, noob?
No, it was just
In
one
this
zealot.
game?
I mean, the AI is like 2 times better now, so...
I don't know if that's true, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not 2 times, but it's better. Many things.
It is definitely improved. I will give you that.
Where's my third?
Can't ask that question publicly, dude.
You think I remember this map?
No, I know that you don't.
This is the map that you didn't remember initially, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so this is the map where you have, yeah, you have, like, the fortified bases on each end, and then, like, a temple in the middle or whatever.
There's about 2 billion Mutalisks coming to you. Milestone.
Get
Yeah,
Mutalisks.
that's actually deal more bounce damage, so... Could be strong.
They're pretty good at deleting probes, that's for sure. Or scribes, I should say.
I couldn't kill that last one. Bullshit. I caught the animation bug. It's not really that big of a deal, though. It just they look like they're shocked that
they want the problem.
Oh, like afterwards, you mean?
Yeah.
Dude, who is this yellow player? What are they doing? Clown emoji? Oh shit, purple's got a lot of units.
Well, he is an AI. AIs usually have a lot of units.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only way they win. They win because they're good at the macro game.
My AI's got a lot of units too, but he's not really doing anything with them. I don't know.
Oh, my blue. Ian, go away.
Zerg here.
Imagine sniping the fucking town hall.
Noob here. Oh shit, he's clicking!
You can hear it quite clearly.
Fuck out of my house.
Do you like the AI defense became? Huh?
Yeah, the AI actually is doing stuff, which is pretty shocking.
Why did you just lose
Why did you flying sideways? What the fuck?
Champion didn't look at his army.
Yeah, it's because I was making him look at his Droleth line. What is left of it? Oh fuck. No! I've done the AI trap!
Oh.
I've fallen in and I can't get up.
Multiplying the simulacrums with bounces is a bad idea.
Well, I thought I could do better because I had lots of mutas.
I guess it's not as bad since the bounces don't do reduced damage, but...
Zerg here!
Less reduced.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's less reduced, because before, I think, like, the last bounce dealt, like, what, like 2 damage or something?
Yes, yes! Immolate your own worker line! Zerg here.
Zerg here indeed.
Hey, what the fuck, Milestone? I was trying to Zerg here.
It's Zerg here.
And if you guys play Zerg, you can now select the fucking categories from the...
Yeah, I don't know if Kian's already noticed that.
I've used it a bit.
Yeah. It's pretty
It
good.
was like an unconscious thing. It felt like it should have been there.
I agree, Milestone. We should fix selection.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to work with me on that? We started it and never finished.
We're still not, or we still have, the unit limit, right? The
Yeah, in-game units. Yeah, we haven't fixed CCMU.
CCMU.
Because of course it's you.
Well, because you have no one to blame but you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess on the 2 gas maps, we might just change one of the geysers to be neutral reservoir or something. Or maybe it's just
Why does the
positive.
Sarmado sound like me, by the way? I don't remember recording this.
You didn't, I did.
Yeah, but he sounds like me, so...
Oh yeah? Are you trying to suggest that I am you?
Yes.
Obviously I should have synchronized that with an attack on your base, but instead I'm attacking Milestones. So.
Do you know what to
Well,
do?
I'm attacking you on Milestone base, so...
Magic bomb.
Hey, you can't counter my stacked Vitralisks with fuckers!
Don't kill it.
I'm killing it.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry, the bounces did it.
Yeah, Vethralis and Mules are pretty strong together.
It's unpowered! V, quick! Take the pylon!
Oh, you will kill it.
No, I didn't. Ah, the AI did though, you fucker.
Yeah.
You fucker army.
Still the larva from that, so...
Yeah, it's still useful. Parasite detected.
Yeah, I parasited you.
Thanks a lot.
Get parasited. Ordering my Uber.
You.
Ordering my U.
They're here.
So somehow you can have cocoons in selection, but not egg. We should fix that.
Well, the reason is pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, if you already have selected, then they shouldn't just disappear from your selection. That would be weird.
Defend me, AI!
Although being able to select multi-select eggs doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Well, yeah, you just can't rally them right now, so it's kind of useless.
Yeah, that's true.
But we should just fix that.
Oh, we did never fix the ramp on the top right center.
You're a top right center?
Well, it's possible that I have a fixed version and just no one else got it.
Yeah. Dude, can,
I may have been...
UED Commander, can you come back here and kill some more aspirants by my lair so that I regenerate? That would be useful.
Nah, sorry, I'm slightly occupied.
Oh, I see. Well, that's an AI ally, so... I'll take your other base then.
Tiny tech rush Tony, by the way.
Yeah.
The AI is really just fucking...
AI have personality names now, dude.
Rank 7, auto lethality.
Yeah, and my Terran ally is Crows from Kenya.
Oh, yeah. Well, there you go.
Coming for the teal Terran.
That's you, ED Commander.
I'm just playing Stellaris, don't mind me.
Well. Yeah, the pylon is smaller.
I got my I don't remember if I told you, but I got myself a new PC in like February, like early February, previous Solis shit, and now I can actually run more than one app without fucking dying.
That must be that must feel pretty good, I imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Infested Star Boss.
Quick!
Oh.
Build something.
So I was told that I was going to be picked up in like 10 minutes, but now it's 22 minutes apparently.
Why are they...
See ya, Milestone, GG!
Why is AI screaming?
It would be nice to add the larval buttons to infested factories.
Yeah, we need to like manually do it. Oh, now we have to wait for the fucking AI to die because it won't surrender.
Oh, I didn't even know how you would do it on the barracks with the thing. With add-ons.
What do you mean? Why add-ons?
Because then they use all the command card slots, so...
Oh, right, yeah. Well, at least the select larva button should be added, but I think it is.
No.
Oh, well, I thought you had added that a while ago. Any first impressions, Kian?
So...
Say again?
I was just asking if you had any first impressions or thoughts. Obviously, bit of a lopsided match since your AI was a greed and didn't really activate, unfortunately. I mean, he has a lot of stuff and he's holding us off, but it's not enough, obviously.
He wasn't aggressive enough, basically. So he just
well, yeah, like as a team, they weren't aggressive enough, but
right, yeah. If they were,
the AI didn't help, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. If they had held you guys off, then the AI would have fucking stomped everyone, probably.
Yeah, I was actually pretty good. They defended me very well, so I don't complain.
Yeah, the Protoss AI just had like a weird build where they were Ranger, but then they teched into air and didn't really do much with it. So
The problem with channel time with a history cores is that most buildings will just die because of friendly fire.
Well, you can lower the cost of targeting cost, or increase the targeting cost of units that are being channeled on, if you can even get that info.
Yeah, probably.
Have you considered what it would be like if all units costed minerals, but Vespene is what gated like what technology was accessible?
Rank 7 out of ecology. That's a good one.
Well, the gas change you're describing is basically what we did. We obviously there are still gas costs to some units, but
I suppose I was thinking of it being implemented just for structures.
So what, you mean like units never cost gas?
Right.
I feel like that removes some meaningful balancing decisions you can make as a designer if you want stuff like the Demiurge or like Demiurge obviously costs 400.
The previous costs with gas were probably fine with the gas change. So
wait, what unit are you talking about?
Like even like a rocket in or whatever. Like having gas costs is fine. It's just you can use the thing.
Well, yeah, I conceptualize gas as like if you're spending gas on a unit, it's an expression of your tech tier or some other like powerful thing. And if you're spending minerals, it's more like that's just the raw cost or whatever. So I kind of think of gas as an expression of power more than I think of minerals as that. Like minerals is also that. And usually units that have a high mineral cost are also very durable, which is like why I was thinking, I didn't say this publicly, but I'm thinking about like buffing the Dracodon's durability or whatever. So, but yeah, like there's a reason why we opted to keep gas on units. Like it's definitely something that we could have made the decision to change with this update.
Yeah, I think that so you were talking about something before where you were like, oh, you can delay your tech in order to use more powerful units.
Yeah.
And that's essentially the reason that certain units have gas cost. And so if you remove that, then that interaction wouldn't exist at all.
Yeah,
and
it
would just be
decision. That's the whole point.
Yeah, you would have the mineral. I don't want to discount the idea offhand because I think you could probably rebalance the game to make it work still, because the mineral cost of the tech structure would still be something that you have to balance against your unit expenditures. But it's just that right now we have a more rich pool of decisions to make because, in my opinion, because of the fact that gas cost is another layer you can use for balancing. Whereas if you did remove that, then even after rebalancing the rest of the game to account for that change, I think you then just have the situation where the only decision you have is, do I delay the mineral bank for my tech structure? Not do I also delay gas, you know?
You're right, exactly. The problem is then it becomes like once you start gathering gas, it's just a timer until you have enough gas to tech up. And there's no other.
I guess that's a fair critique of the idea. I mean, it's like if you only use gas for buildings, or you only use gas for specifically like tech unlocks, then eventually you have no use for gas because you've gotten all the tech. So yeah, right. I don't know if Kian has a response to that idea or whatever. Like I don't know if that even maps onto what he was talking about.
Yeah, so I suppose I wasn't intending to imply that you should make such a change. I was just curious if you had considered it against what you currently had.
Yeah, well, I thought about a lot of different things related to the fact that we've obviously reworked gas harvesting completely so that it's more accessible in the early game, and I think this change keeps it similar to Brood Wars idea.
Before we even thought about the gas rework, so... There's a lot of units we reworked that were previously useless, like Savant, for example, is...
I would say the Sovrolith and Ekister are also examples of that, where
they're pretty good.
I do think Sovroliths might be a bit overloaded with the corpse plus the damage displacement plus the slow and range. Like, there's probably too much shit going on with that unit, so we should probably think about that a little bit more. But
I'd probably simplify it a little bit.
Yeah, you could probably get rid of like the damage displacement distribution thing, and still have like a fairly competitive. Like then you're like chipping away at the giant. The idea was here's this self-perpetuating organ. That's why it slows when you have more of them, because then it moves together as a writhing mass, and you're like adding to it by converting corpses into more members of the larger organ. That was the idea behind the unit, and I think that is preserved, but we don't really need the distribution
Honestly,
to sell that
corpse
idea.
thing is like the least good part about it, because it's like super clunky how you have to.
Well,
like,
no,
move
the
over
original
corpses
vision
and
for the
stuff,
corpse
and-
mechanic was that you have to basically be hovering
that was
over
even
it for a
clunky,
time,
though.
for a duration. I think the biggest issue is probably that with enough Sovroleths, it's impossible to read the corpses, like where they are or
they
whatever.
just cover the ground, and then you
That's
can't see
probably a
anything.
bigger issue than whether it's like if we could implement it in the way that I originally envisioned it, which seems really challenging to do, then maybe we could do something like that. But
Well, why would you like? What does it fix though? Because it's even more hard to use than.
well, it's not difficult to use now at all. The point is that I think right now in its current implementation, it's probably too easy to get a lot of corpses converted.
They are overloaded. Do you mean they are overloaded in power or just
well, conceptually, there's too many things going on. That's why I'm thinking we find a way to adequately resolve our misgivings with the corpse mechanic and keep it, and then remove the distribution. Because I think the distribution is probably the weakest part about it, and there's certain elements of the thematic.
The strongest one.
No, I don't mean in terms of power. I mean conceptually, it's the weakest part about it.
Yeah, I meant conceptually too.
No, it's obviously not though, because the point is that like you don't even get access to some thematics of how you would engage with a giant writhing like organism made up of smaller organisms, because the whole point is that like it's made up of its individual parts, and its individual parts are what gives it strength. And if you interface with that by chipping away at it from the outside, and or like mind controlling individual elements of it in the case of like the demiurge or whatever, so you turn it against itself, then it's more like you're interacting with it like a virus, or like white blood cells or something. Like then it's different. You can get it more into the organic aspect of it, whereas if they all just pop at the same time, then it's like they're one unit.
Only 50% of the damage.
Oh, right, because we made that change. But then it's even harder to keep track of how much damage you're dealing, I think. So it's really hard for either player to.
It's also the case for Clarions, though, so I don't know.
Well, Clarions only affect shields, so you would never lose a bunch of units because you took damage or whatever. Like, and there's a read for when you deal damage to shields versus not, so it's very different, I think. The Sovroleth distribution would probably be a little bit more acceptable if we could show health bars, but we can't, so. And even then, it would still be about like individual. It would still be like only if you have that option enabled does that work or whatever. So I think it's very messy right now, and that's fine because it's exciting, and we'll sharpen the concept later. It's not we don't have to pull the trigger on any change right now. UED, if you're playing another one, we're 4 players, so we will be fighting all AI, and there is a slot open.
Okay.
I will BRB to get more water.
Bartel is still here. I guess he got pranked by Uber.
Yeah, it's because it ended up being like a 25-minute wait.
Yeah. Does that mean you will be late to work and like?
I will be to work like 5 minutes before I need to my shift starts, so should be fine. I usually plan to be there like 15 minutes early, so.
Do you think you'll be busy enough to not be able to talk, or?
I have no idea. It's possible. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it depends on what's going on. You guys gonna be doing this for a long time?
Well, I'm fine with playing for a while.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys.
I'll probably be hanging out for a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I turned my gain down a little bit. Is the background noise any better?
Yeah, I didn't hear any background noise earlier, so that must have been a thing while I was gone.
It's just the thing with your mic is that you're pretty quiet.
Oh, okay, cool. I heard someone comment about clicking earlier, so I wanted to make sure the mouse wasn't too close.
Oh, no, it's probably something that if you moved it closer to your face without moving it closer to the mouse, it would help, but I don't know if you can even do that. I can hear you fine, though, so.
Oh yeah, I can hear you fine. I was just commenting on the mouse because I could hear, the clicking, because I could hear the furious clicking.
Oh yeah, I was. Well, that's just bound to happen. I was commenting on it as like, oh shit,
As a funny,
high APM happening, because it was in the middle of him like microing units and stuff. So.
I remember when that happened when Folka was around. He was just like,
yeah, he's like. Well, Folka's microphone was like a disaster one fraud night, and he was like,
yeah.
"Can you guys hear this?" So, thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for the memories, dude. When he sees this patch, he's gonna fucking lose his mind.
When you're trying to micro an unlimited supplies worth of Marines.
Yeah. Well, you were describing when he was playing Alpha Squadron Down, you said that his brain was. You imagined his brain was like exhausting steam out of his ears or something because he's overloading.
Yeah.
That visual really stuck with me. So.
Just melting in the chair.
We good to
what
go, by the
happens
way?
when you try to fight 7 AI?
Yeah, are we ready?
I wonder how many AI Connor can beat at once.
Well, he was
Not
very
many.
tilted by the last mission of One for the Future, so I don't think the answer is 69 or however many you have to beat there.
Yeah, 69.
I think it was 32 or 33 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was like 30 something.
I think it was 42.
Yeah,
42.
maybe.
The meaning of life.
All right.
If you beat these 42 AI, you will know the meaning of life.
Oh yeah, shout out to
go.
DF for the pylon graphic. Big homie. All right, let's do this. We're launching. Get yourself ready to do your workers split, guys.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, I suck.
Roger that. Right away, sir.
Oh, this mob.
You phased your workers through each other.
They decided to like spin, which was
Yeah,
an
they got stuck on
interesting
each other.
decision that I did not agree with.
Yeah, kind of wasting your resources there, but you know.
Reporting for duty.
Going savants.
You're going savants, trying to test out the new units. Huh? I'm randomed as Terran, so I'm just going to try not to die because this
Dude,
is my
imagine
worst.
Shaman's
phase.
actually healed energy or something. Or some
Why
other
would you
unit.
want to make them even more useful? They're already
Shit, yeah, I
god.
think that would be
Maybe medics
way
then,
too much.
because medics are kinda underloaded now, like underwhelming.
I don't think
SCV good to go, sir.
They are.
Reporting for duty.
so. I think you just
Healing
don't
rate
use
is, like,
them or
4 times
something.
less, and they don't AoE heal. So.
Orders received.
Sounds like you're not using them properly.
They are automatic. Dude.
That doesn't mean you can just get lazy with them. You have to position them correctly, just like anything else.
If they're not positioned in the correct place, they don't heal people and then they die.
Shamans require more positioning though, and I
Shamans do, yes. That's why they have a higher budget, higher power budget. Yeah, shout out to DF for the quasi fog, which unfortunately I can't see.
SCV good to go, sir.
I think I have some glare on my monitor or something. It's probably more obvious in the video.
It is really fucking terrible with
I
it.
could barely see it.
The what?
Quasi fog maps are partially revealed.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably dependent on the palette, most likely.
Yeah.
And it's probably just the desert palette is really bad.
We could probably make it a bit brighter,
Yeah.
so you can control the minimum.
Well, you
volume.
just don't want to make it seem like it's already been explored, because then you lose the context of what you've explored.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just you scrolled over, and it took me like several seconds to realize
The
that
problem
there was
with
actually.
Hey, there's a base here. I can see the town center marker.
Yeah, just
with new guys is
The
that
only
you
thing
actually
you
have
can
to micro your workers to mine properly because they will retain their positions while mining. That wasn't really intentional.
I don't know what you mean by micro. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, look again. Like, look at this geyser. One is mining incorrectly from the bottom. You have to move them to align properly.
But you don't get any efficiency from that, though, so why would you even bother?
I think you do on some placements.
It's no
It's
different than when
possible,
they
it
had to
might be.
get to the structure in the first place. Like, if it's an issue with the distance they have to travel between, it's literally unchanged because they had to get there anyway.
Maybe.
yeah. I mean, it's not any different than the way it was working before, other than you now have the option of moving them to a different spot. I
Because
guess.
previously they teleported, so they always would mine from the same position. So.
Yes, but then you were forced to have like an inefficient mining in certain circumstances because the game just forced it on you.
Who made the Goliaths so expensive? They're just useless now. That's my V compression.
Orders, Captain.
Doesn't he sound
Wouldn't
exactly
say
like
who.
them?
I know who.
He's fully
Your
aware.
fault.
Oh, my Uber's almost here, so I have to go.
All right, man. Thanks for hanging. And if you have any other thoughts, feel free to post them.
Sure.
I'm
I'll let you know later.
all right. Sending out an attack wave. Why are you bullying? Ah!
Why do you think?
Holy shit! Dude, what the fuck? This guy's already got a grand library. You better look the fuck out, guys. They're not fucking around. Tiny Tech Rush Tony, I am.
Orders received.
One's enough.
I'm trying to kill this Zerg's base.
Eyes up.
I read you. SCP
I will fly in a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But there's a response force coming, I think.
Probably.
Not enough minerals.
Who's got all the white men?
Park.
Bark.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, bye. You got stormed by Cantavis.
I have two more, don't worry.
Nice doodad.
Loud and clear.
I'm glad they go contagious as well. That's good.
On it. Plans in motion.
I would bully them.
Take it in stride.
I will focus down the hatchery.
On it.
Yeah, with your two fucking wraiths. You attacked them, so they went Hydra when they weren't originally going to, and now it's over. That's unfortunate because we almost got it. Alright, I can get an NG Bay now, but I'm very scared for my life.
Systems functional. Aircom locked.
Drop the act.
Go, sir.
Drop the act.
Roger that. Right away, sir.
What unit is that? Is that Gorgon?
Not enough minerals.
Yeah.
I'm getting some watchdogs.
SCP good to go, sir.
And I ain't talking about that shitty Ubisoft game.
Job's finished.
Finally.
I read you.
Into this base.
Yes, sir. Roger that. Orders, Captain. Roger that. I read you.
Jesus, Eidolons cost 25 minerals.
Reporting for duty.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was always true.
Reporting for duty.
What?
SCP good to go, sir.
Your Brood War knowledge is lacking.
Good to go, sir.
Was it all same Brood War?
Yeah.
Jeez. What are you on?
Why would I ever change something from Brood War? It's the perfect RTS, dude.
SCP good
Yeah,
to
it's
go,
vanilla
sir.
experience, it's very like, you have to follow it. Otherwise,
Otherwise, people might get the wrong idea and they might think that your story is about something that it's not.
I think it would be great. I don't know how possible that is, but if the
Savant gun was a different color when it uses the different thing.
Bye.
What are you buying? Oh, you got it. Dude, you fucked them up. Good job. I'm glad to have you as a teammate. I'm getting phalanxes.
You may want to rethink that statement after I invade, like, Ukraine or something.
No? The only person I know who's from Ukraine is probably dead, so see ya.
I mean, I'm just invading Ukraine to find him, like...
God, Savants are actually broken.
I can't find the Equator to this day, like, what the fuck?
Because killing replenishes energy.
You still are microing quite a bit just to get some kills, so... Maybe their costs need to be higher, but... I don't know.
That's pretty high, actually. It's just I didn't realize it at the time.
Well, when you use terms like broken, you make me think that you actually mean them, and then you don't mean them, so...
I'm sorry, I didn't know the word.
Powerful? Satisfying?
I don't know, surprisingly...
Reasonably balanced?
I don't even know what the word would be, though.
Well, probably not broken, since they are actually functioning correctly.
Yeah.
For you. Oh, nice.
Right away, sir. I read you.
Add-on complete.
Orders, Captain. I read you. Orders, Captain.
Add-on complete.
I need to go double gas now.
Insufficient Vespine gas. Minerals. Insufficient Vespine gas. Insufficient Vespine gas. Complete. Not enough minerals. Insufficient Vespine gas.
What's happening in the middle? Oh, you're getting on?
Nothing good.
Job finished. Roger that. Orders received.
Pretty much.
I read you.
I thought they were broken!
Insufficient.
It's okay, I got my gases online. I can start moving on the left flank.
They bleed before me. Missiles primed.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
Checklist complete. SOP. Take me there. They bleed before me.
Yes, sir. Orders received. Yes, sir.
What the fuck
But
is
imagine, imagine if a player just lands a command center in your base, he builds his silo, and explodes it.
I can't wait to do that one day. There's a lot of air units here, and I didn't really anticipate that.
Not enough minerals.
Through the valley.
Yeah, they have Arguses, they have all the kind
Dude, they've got a fucking swarm of prostration stages somewhere. No, they just popped everything I had, unfortunately.
Systems functional.
Don't worry, I'm gathering something.
Not enough minerals. Your forces are under attack.
Target designated. Acknowledged HQ.
Yeah, I think maybe if Goliaths did have that passive from the Wings of Liberty campaign, they'd be pretty useful.
We're in motion.
But I obviously don't want to like overload them, so... No,
They are not overloaded though, they didn't have an ability.
they have 2 weapons, which is pretty not normal. So.
Yeah, but one is like...
And it's a very early tier unit, obviously. So.
I guess interesting change would be to make them always use the rockets.
No,
Channel open.
I don't like that.
HQ.
The
Holy
anti-ground weapon is not actually that bad. I think you
Yeah, they
just...
have like a billion houses there, I'm out by.
Why?
They have 1,000 Argus there.
1,000 what?
Arguses.
Who does?
The Protoss, the tier 1. It's like a billion. Oh Jesus, I'm out.
Oh, augurs. I thought you were saying argosies. Augurs might be more terrifying. I'm dying, by the way. Can anybody help me?
Maybe. I'm sending units, but like...
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Holy shit! I'm seeing ghosts! I mean Eidolons. Save my command center!
I don't have nearly enough units for that. Oh, maybe I do. Turns out I do, actually. Keen, your base is dying. You're aware of that, right?
Oh, I haven't actually heard Kian this whole game. What's he doing?
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm dying now.
Several lives. Oh, this composition doesn't work. I should have built Shaman.
Not enough minerals.
I died again.
That's good.
Oh my god, look at the blue player! Click on his unit, read his name as he's killing me.
Oh, commander.
Oh, it's me.
That's too good to be true.
That's toxic, you can't say that. I can't believe Zerger actually teching up now.
It's better than all of us, actually.
That's not true. He started off as a complete idiot. I can't believe UED Commander rushed himself and didn't actually win. I just really suck at Terran. I need to get better at them.
Your forces are under attack.
So when are you adding UAD?
I don't see the point, TBH. I have my own setting.
I don't see you. TBH.
Hackathons are just UD from this universe, so...
Yeah, pretty much, except they've been chased by...
Base is under attack.
By
No,
Zerg here.
Out. Out.
Sovereigns? Zerg here.
uh,
Dude, I thought they were, thought it was too clunky. Even the AI can figure out how to use it. Ah, that's actually a really good counter. Holy shit. No, fuck them up. What are you doing?
What is?
Salamanders. Well, basically any AoE is pretty good. I can't believe it's over. I need to make a work anim for the salvo yards so that we, actually...
Base is under attack.
Nice nuclear missile.
I exploded myself because I thought it would help.
Yeah? How'd that work out?
Really good.
Minerals.
Dude, I have a single madrigal. That's pretty good. They just keep parasiting themselves.
I lost. Why didn't it explode? Oh, it did. What? So neutral ones didn't explode, I guess?
Base is
Don't
under
they?
Like some. Or maybe I didn't have the mass missile, I don't know. Probably more likely. I'm dead.
Base is under attack.
Nice Bargas. They are just like they are cheating
my
less,
game
but
is
their
fucking down.
spending is like cold like, I don't know.
Forces are
Oh, nice Bargas swarm, dude. That looks psychotic. A vile void speaker. Who's the steel player? Male gender symbol.
Base is under attack.
Oh shit, Skytech RTS knows what's up, man. This is I didn't think about that.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, dude. Terrans are weird for me in Cosmonarchy. I specifically should just not go mech against that or something. I don't know.
This missile like pseudo exploded. I don't know what's wrong with that.
It didn't leave behind the irradiation field, that's for sure.
It didn't deal damage either. But it gave sprite. I don't know.
Oh. Are you sure you had it?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they
It
just...
started exploding, but they destroyed it themselves, so I guess there's a weird interaction or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting some pretty heavy lag, but I don't know if it's units pathing or what.
Don't worry, I have a Minotaur, that will save us.
Oh, that might actually.
No, it's only one, so...
Oh, see ya, Kian.
Invalid hatch, by the way.
What did... Hey, Kian, what were you just doing? You?
Sorry, I left it off the command center.
Oh. Like at the very moment that you desync?
Yeah.
Oh, I just did it and I didn't get left.
Maybe it was like... maybe it was infested while it was lifting off.
I don't think they have a Kistra course.
You like infestation here, dude.
It's reasonable.
I really like that the Fulcrum has more smooth animations for lifting and landing. Looks very nice. Unfortunately, it's dead. Terran's actually the most overpowered race by default. So.
No?
Yeah, in vanilla, it's the most powerful.
No.
I was talking in chat or to chat.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Tasagi, dude, it's a real thing.
Like the mech is pretty powerful, sure.
Well, they're the most well-rounded, so they naturally see the best sort of player.
Are they? But
Absolutely.
vanilla wasn't really that much versatile.
Yeah, but what I mean is they have really strong, like without too much upgrade investment, like needing to spread your upgrades around or whatever, you can counter basically any build from any race. So, and TVT is just factories basically, so. Initially anyway. All right, so are we doing another?
Yeah.
Daggone it. Yeah, I don't know what that nuke missile issue would be. Alright, we can try this one. Oh, this is the funny broken one.
We should play on Spacer, to be honest. Unless we want to play 4v4 really bad.
I think most people want to fight the Psycho AI and win. We went 1 for 2 now? Oh no, we only played 3 games, right? So
yeah, we only won the first one, right?
yeah. 1 for 1. Come down to Force 2, IMO.
What is computer?
That's a computer. There's a computer in Gotham.
No.
Yeah. Computer, dude.
Computer and simulation.
It's not possible. Oh, I get to play as Protoss now.
Okay, I'm a white male, by the way.
I'm so proud of you. That was so brave.
I know, right? In our day and age.
While a Russian white male is even more.
hate this map.
I guess. Oh, see you later, V.
Okay, bye.
I hate this map. I'm gonna drop myself from the game.
Why?
Why did you do that?
I didn't. The game did. The game knew it. The game heard it.
I guess I'll restart my EXE, but I don't think that's related.
No. I honestly think the restart the EXE thing was just a paranoia we had.
No, it 100% was working like that. It was only when we were facing AI, obviously.
Yeah, it was probably preventing the leak crash, though. So.
But the leak also resulted in desyncing in PvP, so of course it was fucked.
No, it didn't.
It did.
No way it would. No.
Well, it did, because we had the desync
something
every
else.
single time on the old EXE.
But we fixed something else, I'm pretty sure.
No, nothing related to networking.
You didn't really understand networking in lockstep then?
What does that even mean?
Like any gameplay code can be desync, a desync, so...
Yeah, but nothing that we fixed was related to anything that would have needed to be synchronized like that. Like anything that would change in a per client basis. There was nothing like that.
The leak is not a synchronized thing. It doesn't affect the game state. It's just.
I think it was a bigger leak than just that. I think there was something fucked. So.
No, I fixed the code. I know what it is. So.
Well, can you explain the fact that we didn't have desyncs after fixing the leak, and we did have desyncs before fixing the leak? Because that's all you need to do.
Or there's like new changes we did.
No, we didn't do them at that level. That was one of the first things we changed.
I'm no longer white. I am a Chinese now.
Are you?
Oh, this map again.
Don't say anything about the map or you'll fucking desync.
Okay, dude.
What a piece of shit, honestly. I'm not remaking.
Oh my god, I thought it actually dropped. Dude, I selected Zerg and I'm Terran. Fuck this game.
You selected Zerg the first time.
Why is there only one gas?
As it was meant to
Because
be.
it should be one. You can harvest from it directly, so...
I already got used to 2 and do like Russian air units.
Yeah, that's funny because most maps definitely don't have
Expo
that.
could have to, but like the main is pretty...
Yeah, I thought that's something you changed.
No, that's just the luck of the draw for the maps we played on so far. That's all. The first map we played on didn't have that, but you weren't here for that. I'll go scout.
Oh yeah, the temple thing is I think you have 2 gases in the main. Not in the nut though.
The Sanctum map?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it was only 1.
Oh, maybe I changed it already.
Yeah, I don't think you remember your own map, honestly.
Oh yeah, it was 1. Yeah. I will take rush.
You have not enough minerals.
Alright, I'll just try to play defensively, I guess, but that doesn't seem like a good strat against the AI.
You have not enough minerals.
I like that Mason's description is just a worker.
Yeah, well, the scribe is robotic workers, so get on. Quasrock rush for one of the AI. I don't know if it's actually a rush. He's got a lot of units though.
I don't know what the Quasar is, so...
That's Zethrakors and Quasilisks.
You have not enough minerals.
Just I remember Quasar, so...
Zethrakors are Zerglings, but named intelligently.
You're a Zerling. I agree.
Dude, the scribe keeps saying you to me.
Yeah, the eBay cost is pretty steep compared to Iroh Iris.
Yeah, but you have to morph your tech shit after, which is pretty steep as well?
No. Not when we make the update to it.
Well,
And-
okay, when we make some future update, yeah, I agree, it'll be different.
Yeah, but we planned it for a while.
Yeah, but why would I make a balance change when we haven't made the first part?
Why does it say for both lasers that they only attack ground when they attack air as well? On race.
Where does it say it?
On
Yeah,
race.
the problem with...
Oh, I don't know why the display is
We
incorrect.
already talked in this in DM, but Terrans actually have a tougher time getting gas because the refinery is...
The same price as the aquifer?
Not as the Excitant. And Protoss don't have attack buildings, so it's different.
The Excitant is cheaper because you lose the Droleth, obviously.
Yeah, but the draw life is already paid for, so it's not as hard to invest into.
I don't think there's a meaningful issue. I didn't have any problems teching up in the last one.
Yeah, well, but the last game we died.
Tech
So...
rush with Terran is worse than tech rush with Suri.
If that's true, we can explore it later.
You've not enough minerals.
Do you need help, Kian?
Oh, I'm dying.
It's my line.
Unfortunately, it is not you who is dying. Should probably not try to kite if their movement speed slow is really high. They did like no damage because I Hierophanted them.
But it shouldn't change anything because they would just travel less, but they would still...
But they accelerate slower, so, and turn slower. So any movement makes their DPS
Oh, just
tank.
the fix is to account for that. That will be way more scalable instead of just adding those hard-coded rules.
Well, it wouldn't be. It would be kite less frequently when you have lower movement speed. But I don't know how accurate the tracking for that is.
Do Shaman Aura stack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lead on. You've not enough minerals.
So I need
Or they would just hit for like less distance, basically.
Yeah, but they should do it less often entirely because of the fact that they turn slower, is what I was saying.
You've not enough gas for anything.
Wield me. It is done.
Oh yeah?
I'm about to stack up.
I'm moving on this guy.
But you already took both bases.
Well, you were tech rushing instead of expoing.
The stupid mob.
Mad because bad? Question.
No, it's just I don't have any choices here.
That was me in your map, so I know the feeling.
Well, my mobs actually give you more choices than yours.
I didn't have any because I was unlucky and picked the middle player.
I just didn't realize you have to secure the middle expo.
You didn't work with me on that until it was too late. So.
I sent what the rocket is. I had to help you, but
That's not what I'm talking about. Oh, there's a Kabbalist. I got it.
oh my god, I have to take the middle one now.
Well, I'm working on helping you
I'll
secure
die.
that. Why are you going? We could have won this fight and you fucking abandoned me. Why have you done this?
Oh, that's allies. Okay. That was a tactical repositioning.
Yeah, it cost me my whole army, so thanks.
Tactical repositioning.
Lead on! You've not enough minerals.
Hey, Kian or Veek's forces need help.
Let me just save Kian real quick. Oh Jesus, there's a large force on Kian.
Yeah, salamanders should go down there. Yeah, I can send my next
My
production
own
site.
salamanders, but they'll take some time to get out.
I'm switching my rallies over there, but I don't have that many units. Yeah, Kian's base is getting ransacked right now.
Just delay them as much as you can.
Veek didn't respond to our request, so I think he might be dead.
Trying to take the Reach the Expo and they were attacking.
Yeah, it's just not a good time to do that when we're losing a main.
Yeah, the problem is I went for a build that doesn't work on this map, so I'm just fucked until I take an Expo. My error to assume that it's feasible.
Well, you probably could have coordinated with UED to not have him take that other base or something.
Don't die. No. Fuck.
It's the problem with this map is that one of the back players has to be fucked, basically. Because it has no near food. Like, I would be fine with taking this.
Does anybody have units over here? I didn't want to lose this base, I just set it up.
I'm trying to save my own base, so I'm occupied.
Is anybody even over here? I don't think so. Oh, Kian's on 0 bases, unfortunately.
Yeah, I lost my army, whole army to a 1 Augurs.
We can probably hold them at my nat, but it's gonna be hard. Any help at the nap?
Yeah, I'm constantly sending raves.
Yeah, Radak in my main as well.
Might be GG'd, TBH.
I almost have captaincies, so maybe I'll actually be able to spend minerals.
Oh, you're floating. I have like 2,000 gas that I didn't use.
Yeah, I have fucking thousands of minerals. So.
Oh, I don't have any minerals. If this were a baby RTS, we could actually trade, but this is an RTS that requires skill. So. Why did they attack move nothing? Why are they attack moving nothing? Yeah, there's some bug with it that I just saw. Spin! Gladius. GG boys! I'll observe you guys dying. What's up, Curryhead? Nice name.
I'm fucking invincible!
Are you? Oh, you have a lot of shamans. Well, here comes the Gladius.
I have to get back.
Okay.
Good game. The AI have adjusted well to the lack of supply. They would say.
It's too bad there is no like the what's his face? The kill counter was removed.
Yeah, we're gonna reinstate that somewhere else. Probably as like a weapons stat or something. Do I get defeated? Okay.
Have you guys won a match yet?
Yeah, we won the first one we played because the AI mined out their bases and ran out. Like we had a very long holdout in the middle, basically. So we thought we were going to lose, but we held on long enough to fight them back. It was pretty cool. The AI don't currently use resource boosting mechanics. If they do, it's like incidental. But like the Protoss don't ever build penance, and Terrans will sometimes build quarries, but sometimes they'll put them on treasuries that are too far from the resource areas or whatever. And Zerg never, if they build Ireleths, which they do very rarely, they never usually maintain them by their resources. So basically, the AI can't really benefit from that. Which means you can attrition them. The resource multipliers are now standardized at 125%, which means they're getting 10 per return. Whereas previously, Protoss was getting 10, Terran was getting 11, and Zerg was getting... Oh no, I think Terran was getting 12, and Zerg was getting like 16 or something. So... we improved so much about their internals that it's probably possible to make it so that it's only 9 per return instead of 10. And like slowly itch our way back down to no cheating.
And then you realize that the AI is so good you actually need to give them 2 per return.
3 per return. I thought about I've been thinking about like how much of the AI's assumed competence is our incompetence as players. And I want to keep them at this current level for a while and see if we can eventually just be better than them reliably. And then, like, if I can improve them even further to the point where they're just completely unattainable, even after we practice, we get in the groove, we play this like multiple times a week or whatever, and we're like really well drilled, and we still can't defeat them, and it feels mostly like it's because they have the cheat, then we can start to tweak that down. But we're working with such a weird system where it's still a linear script, so it doesn't adapt at all very well. And like the AI is really bad in this game. Like you have the situation where you have the situation where you can't tell them to defend with anything that they have. They have to defend only with the things that their script tells them to defend with, which is super bad. Because if they ever are in a situation where they get like... like here's a situation where they mind controlled a unit, but they don't know to defend with it if they have it or something. And there's even a limit to how many times they can, how many units they can have in their defense array. It's like a 20 limit or something. So it's really minor. Which means in this case, there's not even enough instances or not even enough spots in the defense array to tell them to defend with every unit of one race because we've added so many units now. So we really have to work on that at some point. But broadly speaking, I think we can make the AI more attainable. I just don't know if we can ever make it not cheat at all. That's the eventual gold standard for this, but I don't know if we'll get there in Brood War just because of what we're dealing with. Also, hi, Bale.
Hello. There's some serious limitations in Brood War that's gonna really fight you hard on that one.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason the AI is even attacking with more than 63 units is because of essentially a bug in Blizzard's code that we're abusing, so it's pretty insane. I guess you could also just interpret it as like an unintentional side effect of something else, but I don't know. It's just stupid. Yeah, Vik, I was just commenting on we want to like bring the AI's multiplier down and eventually remove it entirely if we can, but it seems like a really unattainable task until if we keep with the script side, because that's the other component of it. It's not just that we're working with a script and all the limitations of a script where you just can't adapt very well, and there's like all these weird data arrays like defending and attacking that like have small numbers or whatever. It's also the AI then also has our micromanagement AI that Vik has put together, where they'll kite and they'll like make intelligent decisions and stuff, and they'll have like better spellcasting. That is conflicting with the default unit handling. So the AI will sometimes just ignore what we're telling it to do because it's trying to do something else, or that it'll like reissue multiple orders or some shit and just totally screw everything up. So it's dumb. But yeah, we're getting there though. Asparagus, remember?
Yeah, it seems pretty good. I mean, and it was already pretty good before the most recent update. But
this makes it feel much more stable from build to build. Although there are still some cases where I'm gonna need to tweak stuff. There are gonna be some commands that Vik muscles through writing later on that I will use to great effect to improve some other request things related to text structures. But until then, we have like a sort of half-cocked system, which apparently is working because the Zerg are owning. But there's a problem with the build this structure only if you need it, like if you don't already have it, build it command that doesn't take into account structure equivalence. So if you tell it to build an Iral Iris using that command, and then also an Oths to Lava form, which is the tier up, it will morph the Oths to Lava form and then say, hey, I don't have an Iral Iris anymore, and then morph that. So especially in a world where this is like a 400 gas cost and a 750 gas cost and stuff, like they're wasting so much money doing that. So
right.
We disabled that behavior for now, but
impact Zerg the most, I would think, out of all the races, right?
Absolutely. So that was really reducing their efficacy. I have a less efficient solution. Yeah. Now I think if you like snipe their tech, they might take longer to rebuild it or whatever, but for the most part, they're pretty good at doing things. I don't know. We just improved so much about like their internals and made it so that they don't like. This is an insane issue that is in the original code that Vik discovered. There's so many stupid things that Vik discovered. So the first one we already told Balethal about, which is if they have more than 3,000 of any resource, they will refuse to expand, which is just insane. It doesn't really happen anymore anyway, though. Like, we fixed that, first of all. And then second of all, even if it was not fixed, they rarely have floating money at this point. Yeah. Well, they're so good at spending money now, but...
Yeah. That explains why when you fixed the problem where they would just, like, sit and like, hit, like, supply limits and not do anything.
Yeah.
That, like, once you fix that, they suddenly started expanding again.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a time when the AI had that problem where like it wasn't attacking because the attack limits or whatever.
Right, and so when we made it so that they can actually attack with bigger waves, it worked.
Right, yeah, and so units were getting stuck in their base, and then they weren't building units as a result.
And then they were floating money, and then they were and then they were just not.
And so it was just a cascading dumb problem.
Yeah, and most of that is just the way that it works internally, which is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All right, see you, Kian. Thanks for hanging. So it looks like we're down to 3 players. If you, Commander, is still hanging.
More like 2.5 rounds.
I'm slowly dying, but that's acceptable.
Let's play on the map that we won on and see if we win again. That's what I think. This is the map you, Commander, has not seen yet. Hey, you can't change.
What is your issue with playing turn, by the way? Because I think it's also my weakest race, probably.
Well, it might just be a problem in general. It's I'm trying to think of how I would describe it. It's like I don't use the flexibility of the race in terms of I don't build multiple kinds of production structures. I just tunnel in on one kind, and then I if like it's a sort of a roll of the dice. If I'm up against an AI that has a composition that my production facilities can counter, then I'm okay. Or if my composition just happens to do well against theirs by default, then I'm okay. But if I ever need to specialize, like, it's always just a nightmare for me. I think it might be because a lot of their structures, their structures do end up taking up a lot of build space. So maybe that has something to do with it, where I feel this invisible force telling me don't ever build too many production facilities because you'll not have room for, or like don't build too many barracks because you won't have room for your fulcrums, which is the main thing you're doing, or something. But I think I just have to get over it. CCUIU says, just tuned in. What's this about? This is the Return of Fraudarchy, which is a weekly event where we play Cosmonarchy Brood War. And that's where we're the No Frauds Club, and so fraud equals Fraudarchy. You kind of get where the name came from. Cosmonarchy Brood War is a massive conversion, the most ambitious mod that Brood War has ever seen. It adds literally more than 100 new units, and it totally revamps all 3 races as a result. And right now we're about to get in game against our AI, which is fucking top of the line. When I say we have better AI than ever in any released product, I might be not joking, because that might actually be true. And that's really saying something, because we're working with scraps here, because we've memory hacked and reverse engineered the original source code. So, or the lack of source code, the original assembly dump. So anyway, we're getting started. You'll see what it's all about. But if you like Starcraft, then you might like this, because it's epic. I'm Zerd.
Well, I think it's probably not an overstatement to say it's the most competitive AI.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm trying to think of games that have really good AI, RTS games that have really good AI, and I don't know.
Well, I didn't really know how PW API AI compete with this. It's probably better at something.
Well, yeah, but it has to be set up for every map individually, so it's a bit of a hard thing to compare.
Only at micro, probably. I don't think they're actually better at macro. I think a lot of
they position units better.
Yeah, they probably make more intelligent army decisions, but that stuff isn't actually ready for use in a production setting, though. Like, you can't use it in a campaign or anything like that, whereas this obviously can be applied to anything you want.
Even if you could, a lot of them actually have pretty bad like build orders and stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. That seems like what should be the most like the best thing about them.
The problem is what they do is they hyper focus on getting them good at like using a single unit, and that's all they do.
Oh,
so they'll build an AI that's really good at microing mutas, and all they'll do is build mutas, and that's all they do. Which, of course, like a real player wouldn't, be very successful if the only thing they ever did was just rush mutas and then only build mutas.
Right. Oh yeah, I think I have seen exactly what you're talking about now that I think about it, though.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Alright.
Yeah, I would say the only problem Cosmonarchy BW AI would have with Flappy is that it would be weak in the early game because it's not good at microing. But if it made it past the game,
we also right now have pretty bad openers, but that will change.
Yeah. Well, the openers are variable. Some of them are very effective. But obviously it's also a bit cheating, so,
What tier 1 shared units the brothers have?
Aspirants, Charlatans, Exitralists, pretty sure.
Aspirants, Exitralists, and...
Charlatans.
That's tier 1?
I'm pretty sure. Because tier 2 is Empress...
Well, it's not tier 1 for Zerg, for sure.
No, it's tier 2, but... You can just check by building a rogue gallery if you're Protoss.
Yeah, I am. Does it increase the frustration stage?
If you mouse over the Wayward Lure in the tooltip, it will tell you what it unlocks, so...
Luminaries, Trigas, and Empresses?
Yeah, so Charlatans are tier 1 for Protoss then.
Okay.
I'm gonna go a mineral heavy opener here now that I have my expo.
I'm doing Vargas.
I'm gonna try to... Is this my only entrance, Vic?
No. You have one, like, here and here.
No, I meant to my main.
Yeah.
My platform
This
is
one
that big?
just it's not open to the rest of the map. Although I don't think I fixed the tree thing, so probably didn't.
I'm gonna see if I can tech up behind this. I probably didn't need to build a second excisant, but...
Oh, it's a
The
team
run
name.
whistle
Holy
learning.
shit.
Is it what?
The kill counter is replaced with team name. I
Yeah.
thought that was like just bottom of the rank.
No. No, that's not what it is. Yeah, we have our own engine that we put together specifically for RTS and stuff that is higher scale than Brood War and what we can do in Brood War.
Well,
What are you welling?
We just don't use it for those. We came back to those too.
Yeah, it's easier to prototype in this environment for sure.
Yeah.
I have a lot of cohorts. Can I use them on somebody?
Yeah, let's go on someone. I will harass them.
I'm being killed, help.
Oh, just defend ally
I
IMO?
can hear.
Harakins in the main. Dude, that's Alexi's vodka waiter. Dude, UED. I'm teching up. And also smashing. I'll see what I can do on my own here. I need to grab some more production though. Ah, bar guests. The homie. What the fuck? Can I not get to this? My other base is not an island, right? I don't know what that is. I'm gonna pop his tech here.
Oh, you're getting destroyed by the same thing that I was being destroyed last time. When I was
Oh my goodness, he's got a lot of Kabbalists and bar guests. Oh, there goes all my converts, cohorts.
Oh my god, he has Sanctum of Sorrow.
Yeah, I was trying to pop that. I popped his synthetic synod for whatever that's fucking worth. I need to grab a Hydrock. I'll do that now.
Your drone isn't making it to that
Yeah,
base.
yeah.
There's a pathfinding fuck up.
Yeah, it's just an issue with the map that V can fix.
Okay, I'm still dying.
Can you help him,
Yeah,
Veek? I'll see if I can pop some scribes or something in his main.
I'm evacuating.
Oh, that's not his main. This is his nat. He's building a rogue gallery. I'll just have to one base it for a little bit. Or two base, I mean. I'm literally looking at my second base and saying that. Let's just pull these guys back.
Oh, they actually built photon cannons to defend us.
Yeah, I told you that I updated the logic.
I just wasn't sure how well it would work.
Oh, it's not very perfect because they don't know like where exactly
flex
it's
it well.
But at least, yeah. But at least they're building them, so there's some chance that it'll, have an impact.
Yeah. It's Wigglehead time.
You should disable the fucking scan on attack by cloud in
Why?
AI because it's really toxic for them. Like they're just spending it for no reason. Although like they don't need really scan. Or maybe that doesn't matter. It's just for close units. You like the only unit you'd want to really scan is quick easily.
Well, it is actually useful against Kabbalists, obviously.
Oh yeah, well,
That's not even what I wanted to get. That's a dumb moment for me.
What the fuck are you
am I
doing?
attacking this?
I'm gonna see if I can do something useful. That's vague enough to be intelligible, I'm sure. Ah, see?
People can make their own interpretation.
Yeah. Dude, Zetracors can make it through there.
They're the only unit in the game.
This is meant to be evil, though, obviously.
Oh, you didn't place the tree? That's how you fix that, of course.
Yeah, I was talking about it in early game. I just couldn't really find the words to describe it.
Yeah, if you place the tree, it should be fine. But you can obviously preview it later. Hi. See if we can ramp this shit up. Yeah, I think I've got this. Found a use for Zetracors in the late game. Like 12 of them popped to that Nexus before they could even do anything about it. It's pretty valuable, I think.
Yeah, if you have enough of them.
Alright, I'll mass up an army over here. Dude, I require so many minerals. I guess that means I should invest in a soft Thrath mount so I can spend some of this gas. Wiggleheads do not have a unit response. I should fix that.
I'm in such an asinine position, holy shit.
Did you just use the Wigglehead responses from Monitor?
No. Lunacy. I'm boosting these resources, but I forgot to actually expand there, so that's pretty giga brain of me. How's the top side going?
Well, I'm alive for now.
Alright, I'm popping this Nexus again down here, so hopefully...
There's a lot of enemies here, so...
Yeah,
Can you
I'm
go
taking
to the console
advantage
because
of
I
the
have, like,
fact that there's a
infinite
lot of
gap?
enemies up there and not a lot of enemies over here.
Maybe I will take my main now. That's my expansion now.
I might be able to just roll this out against them, honestly. Here, I'll bring that Irolith for detection.
This Cowboys didn't decloak for a while.
If it was getting kills, that's why.
No, it wasn't.
I don't know. Was it just a visual thing, or what?
No, he was invisible. I wasn't able to attack him.
Oh, my pathing. Yeah, you gotta fix this part, because it's actually... I mean, it didn't cost me anything, because we already won, but... It was pretty bad. Hey, I'm not... The corpse finder is still bugged, I guess. Or maybe Iziracore corpses aren't added to the list. Oh no, it's definitely a bug.
Maybe, probably. I mean, the corpse finder is literally rework. It's a different thing now.
Yeah.
It's using the unit search, so... It shouldn't have any resemblance of the previous bug. It's probably just not added to the list like
No, there's no corpses are being used. So. Holy fuck, there's a lot of units. I thought we already won. I was mistaken.
You just didn't realize that the armies were coming.
Jesus. Quick, build a pylon. Ugh, perfect. They're here.
But building requires so much APM, why is it so dumb?
What is it?
Building, placing structures.
It sounds like you're bad. I don't have any problems with it.
Berserk!
Yeah? You're Protoss.
Yeah,
It requires less APM because you only need one worker.
That's not
And
true.
I'm dead. Hello.
If you play only one, then yeah, but if you
No,
play
no,
like
I'm
many,
not
it's
like dying.
impossible.
I'm alive, but like.
Takes
I'm
it like
having
multiple
right now,
tens of seconds.
Zerg have to use more APM building drillets. Or they can build the
AIDS! Give them AIDS!
They don't spend any APM because building with larva is really easy.
They have to select the larvae.
Easy.
No,
Pick
they
the larva.
wiggle, so they're not easy.
Jesus. How can you even compare the two?
What do you mean? They're literally wigglers. What do you want me to do about that?
Yeah, compared to...
I'm dying. I wasn't supposed to die.
Yeah, what they really wanted to play this game was my Tyrants.
See ya, Vic.
Okay, bye. I don't think we can carry it into.
Well, you're almost dead, and I'm fine, but not. I'm probably not fine as soon as the enemies come down my door.
I just started to
I clicked Profane and I clicked the building that enables Mon Tyrants.
I don't think it was related. It's just some obscure issue we haven't caught yet.
And so far, you hadn't had any issues, right?
We had the one very early on, which didn't really matter as much, obviously. Yeah, you better fuck off. Dude, it's my nemesis. Avoid them if you can. Ah, look, there's a million red. Ah, he's voiding me. He can void me. Help.
Don't worry, I'm being voted as well by Alexis Tukov.
But
What'd you say?
it is basically AIDS in responding to fun.
Oh yeah, I had his straight alerts. Quick, send in his anti-AIDS. Joke's on you. I don't know why you're disabled. I was noticing my Striders were not attacking while under the effects of AIDS. Anti-AIDS, I mean.
What is anti-AIDS?
The Spyro Death Field.
Don't worry, I will deny some space in a moment.
Area denial? They're about to kill my tech structure. Oh, do you have enough area denial to cover the whole area? Because I don't think so.
Well, I covered like a third, but it's not enough.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Give me that N.
They also don't actively avoid effect fields yet. Could you imagine if Metastasis also created the field?
Should make that change, I don't know.
No.
AIDS! AIDS! Ugh.
Imagine if play action killed.
Ugh. I think at this point it probably could, but...
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm never taking up
Well,
on
its
this game.
damage output is still pretty huge, so not really.
I can't believe you left before me. Wait, who am I kidding? Of course I can. Once a UED, always a UED. And what did the UED do at the end of the Brood War campaign? They ran away.
I was decent.
I will run away
So...
from Russia.
Then they were forgotten by Metsu.
Yeah, he forgot them. Oh shit, I can save it! Quick, make it something better. Oh, wiggle! I have a wiggle! Dude, it's over, I got a wiggle.
I have a wiggle.
Imagine a great attack at this moment.
Yeah, I need it.
Thank you so much.
How else am I supposed to win?
Actively going to fields because previously they were dealing damage, so I'm just like, oh.
That was a very nice shaman donation. Hi.
Do they heal on him?
What?
I don't think they heal on him this one.
No, they don't. Clerics have issues with reviving again. It's really annoying. It just keeps happening. And obviously I need Sovrelets. I spent all my gas before getting anti-cathons, like an idiot. No! No, 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 no! Ah, you fuckers! Fucker. Even if I hardly know her. Quick! Mutate! I need more! Yes, 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 give me more. Oh, Hierophants! Oh. Wait, maybe I can win? Still? Corpse? Hello? Any corpses here? All I can build are fucking...
I think some corpses are not in builders.
Maybe Exetralisk isn't? I don't know.
A Spar Ramsey thing.
No, I just converted a bunch of his spells.
Oh, yeah.
Slurp. Get him. I'll win this game by myself if I have to. Slurp, slurp, slurp.
Well, you literally have to, so.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
They have the entire maps.
So what, dude? I have Sovrelets.
Imagine if they actually infested buildings from the fucking base. I actually will do some patches to that. Like a kids recovery eye handling would be way better.
I'd imagine Kentavis are pretty good against Sovrelets.
Slurp! Slurp!
I imagine storming them just fucking annihilates them.
Slurp!
Yep.
No, Heracles. Oh. Well, I almost won, so. If it weren't for these Drolats, I would have won, obviously.
That's right.
Yeah, petition to name it AIDS/blood cancer.
I mean, it is basically AIDS, you know.
Yeah, it does spread, so...
Well, that's what, you know, like a plague?
Yeah,
What?
honestly.
What? What the fuck?
Now, my question is, how do structures get AIDS?
V! Help!
Yeah, that's just CCMU.
Is it?
Yeah.
But it
Like,
shouldn't
units
be
can
because
be
it's
done.
literally a larva which translates into the egg, so it's not creating a new unit, obviously.
But it probably, the way it works internally, is it probably creates the unit and then deletes
It doesn't. It transforms it into a new unit. And they're
Just
literally
change it.
creating fucking units on me right now, so...
Yeah, that doesn't. It also isn't giving the CCMU.
Yeah, it's giving me underling limit exceeded.
So that sounds more like the supply chain is broken.
Yeah,
some way.
I can spawn units.
The limit.
It's obviously not CCMU because I'm doing this. It's some obscure bug with supply, I think. It doesn't matter. Obviously, I lost the game, but
Type supply in the console.
Zerg 0-0. I only have 30,000 Terran supply.
Yeah, Terran is the only one. That
Yeah, because we reworked it for the shared supply thing.
Yeah, it's fine. So I don't know why that error came up. You have plenty of supply.
I can do it now, so I don't know what was wrong, honestly. Well, GG boys. Another valiant attempt. Another fraudulent ending. These guys are frauds, actually.
Could you please crash when you... I mean, just crash when you said that?
Another fraudulent result? It's true, then.
Another fraudulent crash.
I guess if the Iroleth is neutral from a defeated player, maybe it shouldn't spread the aura. Oh, I guess it's fine. Whatever. Well, despite the desync, the game is much more stable than it was. We were even able to play a PvP game. That was shocking. That was amazing. So we'll try to triage whatever the issues might be. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't think it's related to what Veek was actually doing. So, I don't know. But that'll be the last one.
You can
for
always
me.
try to replicate it and see if that's the case, but probably not.
The engine isn't going to be like open source or anything, UIU, because obviously the point is that we build it for our own specific games. We're just documenting the intent publicly because mostly as a fuck you to people who think that it's too hard to build an engine for their games, honestly. So we stream development of it and stuff, but we're not going to... Like, we'll release the engine toolkit and stuff to people we know, but we're not going to just get it over. The game is... well, yeah, it's early development. We've already conceptualized 20 races, not fully with like full tech trees or anything. There's going to be 20 races, and each one of them will have 10 tiers of tech, and it'll be an average of like 60 to 80 units and the same number of structures. Maybe not, it'll be always less structures than units, but something in that ballpark. So you're looking at like 160 to 200 on the upper limit per race. So very ambitious, very large scale. We obviously need to get our art department in order because we didn't make any of, like, well, most of the custom graphics you saw in that game we didn't make. So
that are custom,
actually. So yeah. That's it. But if you want to follow the channel or hop in the Discord server, we can talk more there. I'm out of here for now. That'll be the end of the stream. Thanks, everybody who tuned in. We'll be doing this at least once a week, streamed, and we might do more impromptu game sessions with whoever's around at any given time. So check the Discord server for info on that if you want to join. And yeah. Thanks for stopping by. See you later.
Hopefully I won't have to dip after like one game next time.